Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. What's up? My name is Devious. And this stream is going to have absolutely no direction or goals whatsoever. I'll just get a little share action going. There we go. Okay. Nothing crazy going on today, just chilling and vibing and doing whatever. And I have been playing... That was the wrong button. There we go. I've been playing an unreasonable amount of PvP. So, yeah, that's been my life. Anyway. Hey, what's up, Kana? How you doing? Don't really have anything I particularly need to do. What's up, Hell? I suppose I could do the front line. I don't know. So, I've been playing a lot of PvP. I've actually made it up to gold rank. Holy crap, this took forever. Hey, Jack Wolf. I actually remembered this time, but it didn't freaking adjust when I set it to the pop-out window, so that's nice. Appreciate the reminder. But yeah, I made it up to gold in about 3 or 4 hours of hard grinding. This was a bitch and a half, I'm gonna be honest. Pretty proud of that, though. I was literally headbanging for so freaking long. Finally, I got it. I've started to come around on the Gunbreaker in PvP. It's actually quite scary when you have the tank junction. Actually, any kind of junction, so long as you're using it the right way. And I think adjusting to that was a little bit of an issue for me. So, like, if you're running tank junction Gunbreaker, you're a lot tougher than people give you credit for. Hey, Cloud. That nebula with the reflect is actually quite scary. And it works even when you're in guard, so you can hop onto point, pop nebula, then guard, or maybe nebula into your limit break, which is great. Limit break's still kind of trash because you get stunned out of it all the time, but there's like a timeline where you can still hit it, so it's not awful, so you can still get the stun off. Hey, Rolando! What's up, my bruv? Anyway, I was thinking maybe do a little PvP today. I'm not terribly attached to that idea. That is another Gunbreaker. That is an interesting looking sword right there, my mans. Tysios Gunblade. I want to try that on. Ooh, what's this? That is straight up a kukri pattern gunblade, and I actually kind of like it. It looks a little bit goofy, but I'm digging that, actually. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Okay, anyway. Immediately distracted by Glam. I have no idea what we're doing today. So, yeah, we're just going to play and hope it's cool and or fun. I have also gotten about 15 spam calls today from all over the damn state. Or not the state, all over the freaking country. So that's starting to bother me a little bit. I do kind of want to level up my warrior, so we're probably going to fiddle with that. Could do an alliance raid. Alliance raids are fun. Yeah, let's do an alliance raid. Why not? Also, if you hear me munching, I apologize in advance, because I have eaten, I am fed, I have water and coffee, but I'm also just hungry. I'm a hungry boy. Topic of PvP, heard someone say the Dragoon dive LB was more powerful and worse to deal with than Samurai Slice LB. What do you think? It depends on the situation, but generally I disagree with that. So the Dragoon LB is wider angle. It does more in a wider AoE. And it's a lot easier to use because you become invulnerable. So, in my opinion, it has a lower skill floor than the Samurais. But if the samurai actually knows what they're doing, they can consistently wipe entire teams. Dragoon can't force that. So it's an interesting sort of balance. My issue with the samurai still is it's mainly the limit break, but it's also the sheer amount of tools it has at its disposal. The samurai is the single most overloaded kit in PvP. I challenge anyone to prove me wrong. Please do. Like, legitimately, if there is another class that is more overloaded than the samurai's kit, please let me know. I would love to do like a little comparison. In the same mood? Bruh. Now, honestly, I'm really jazzed about 6.2. I'm also, surprisingly, I'm a little bit jazzed about downtime. And I know that sounds insane, but hear me out. I recently kind of rediscovered Guild Wars 2. It's been on both of my computers for basically since I last tried streaming it. And it's pretty fun. I don't know what it is about this time as opposed to then, but I guess I'm just coming at it at a different angle. It feels a little better. But I am enjoying the warrior in Guild Wars 2. It also has a sword sworn or a blade sworn, some kind of class like that feels it has an ability that's like a gun saber or something. I'm like, come on, man, that's straight up gunbreaker. And then their Revenant now has a subclass that has a dive that's almost exactly like Dragoon. Like, okay, I see what y'all doing now. So I think Machinist is pretty nutty, having an RNG insta-kill, but nah, the Machinist is kind of different in not the greatest way. I do still think they need to separate the like the drill, the biolysis, the freaking chainsaw, and air anchor into different buttons. That seems a little idiotic to me. And the RNG insta-kill just feels awful, both when I'm using it and when it gets used on me, because it's just like you just detonate out of nowhere. There's no warning to it whatsoever. And you can't really stop it. There's no counterplay to it. There's no real way to play around it as the machine. It's just a bad skill. Or not chainsaw. Chainsaw is okay. That augment to chainsaw is... it's bad. So Guild Wars 2? Yeah, it's a blade sword? Okay. I'm leveling up a warrior right now. I've finally remade Luna in Guild Wars 2. And I am playing through on that character now. She's a warrior. Having a lot of fun with it. Hell, might stream that for downtime. You never know. It's been a while since I've done Evilise, by the way, so this is going to look really, really jank. Ooh, what's this? Oh, scheisse. We're okay. All is well. I'm just gonna do this. Fell cleave! Different topic. Someone sent a message. You were looking for a Black Knight expert? What? I am concerned. What? I don't know if I'm standing in a good spot or not. I legitimately do not know. So we're just going to be here. Ow! Okay, look, dude. If you're standing behind me, the tank, you have bigger problems than I care to deal with at the moment. I legitimately have no idea what's going on. Anyway. I'm playing a lot of Tower Fantasy. Fair enough. I've been trying to get myself to play Tower Fantasy, but it's not happening. I don't know why, but there is something that I don't know why. I don't jive well with it. Can I just cross this? Okay, there's literally no reason for me not to cross that, unless it's like, it's an AoE sort of deal. Where are the other tanks, by the way? Where are you? Okay, you're right here. I was about to say, if we don't have another tank on this, I have several questions. Should I be concerned? Ooh, what's this? Oh, right. I don't have the thing that lets me do the thing. Damn it. I mean, you're right here, so. Uh-oh. Ah! Oh, crap. That is a lot, my guy. Cover the lads! Got them all! Yeah! So we can catch up on chat here. Personally, love Hollowsmith, Engineer, and Guild Wars 2. I've actually been looking at Engineer because the... what's it called? The Scrapper, the one that gets the hammer. That one looks really cool to me. I've yet to buy the latest expansion, so I'm going to try the next one. I wanted to check that out too. When I first got into Guild Wars, I actually had, like, not an excess of money laying around, but I did have a little bit to be comfortable with. I have several questions. Wait, should we, like... Oh! Oh, I get it now. Cool. Oh, you were talking about Black Mage earlier. Okay, yeah. I've been playing a little bit with Black Mage. I think I got it up to 60, and then I was just like, ugh. I don't have anything against the class, it's just... I don't jive with it very well. Whee! I just realized that I'm Alliance C. Well, that's cool. Astrologer's Boots. I wonder what class that goes to. Have yet to do the last trial in 6.0? Dude, do it. It's very nice. Actually, wait a minute. Does 6.0 have a trial? Yeah, it does. Doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Unless you're talking about Pandemonium. Or not Pandemonium. I legitimately don't remember what the trials are in 6.0. They've all freaking glomerated together, and I'm just complete brainlet about it at the moment. I think you can't sit in well ice skating things. Okay, that makes sense. Hit the AoEs. Hit the AoEs after everything's dead! Ooh. Ooh. Ooh woo. Oh no. Woo! Oh great, my worst frickin' nightmare. It's just a load of mimics! Once again, slowly working on my ARR edit. The men's books are annoying. Fair enough. I still haven't even started on this. Yeah, Scrapper's really cool, very tanky. That's what I like to see. Still need to do Pandemonium. Do Pandemonium. It is quite a solid story, as far as I can tell. And it is just, it's good fights. I enjoy the fights. Last trial in 6.0 is N6. Oh yeah, okay. I was thinking 6.1 for some reason. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go over here with my squad. I am tired of main tanking. Gonna get me a cookie. Excuse me. Oh. Do you even have your tank stance on, my dude? You do. You do not. I was wondering why you had Dragoon stuff. Well. Right. God, I hate this. I'm done Pandemonium yet with this character. Warming up some food before doing Endsinger. Hell yeah, brother. And Singer's a great fight. Hello? Bonk. Hello, bonk stick. Ah, my giblets! Ow! I'm no expert, but I believe it might behoove us to do some deeps. It is time to leave, my friends. I just realized I was mashing a button that had no use! I don't know if this will help or not, but you know, just in case. Oh! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I don't care. It's just an AoE. It's fine. I have shields. Sorry if I'm not paying attention to chat, by the way. I'm actually attempting to not be a brainlet tank. Land Waster. I'm just gonna put on my my rampart here. Not because I'm scared, but because I don't want to die. There is a difference. Uh-oh. I think here should be safe. Never mind. Here is not safe. Here is very much not safe. Ooh, what's this? Oh, madre. Negative! I'm a-going this way, fam. He just dropped him on himself. It's hilarious. Yep. Still waiting for the sadistic game that has save points because the devs hate players and like causing misery and paranoia. So they already have that in Final Fantasy XIV. Actually, it's in Heaven on High, and the endpoint is actually a luring trap in the big rooms, and it's awful. I have legitimately almost thrown my headset across the room, and that happened once. About lost my damn mind. I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way. The squad appears to be going this way for some reason. I like this idea. This is a good idea. That could be why. Assist the boys and girls. We're not Texas here. Hit him with the giblets. That'll work. Cool. It's pants. Excellent. It's more pants. Excellent. Play Black Mage a bit. It's got a very fast opener. Tend to struggle with it. This I don't play much. I'm not a big fan of Black Mage just because I really hate standing still at any point at all, ever, in any fight. It goes so against what I usually do that it legitimately hurts my soul. Do we push the button? Do we push the button? I feel like pushing the button was a bad idea. You come with me, boy. Ooh, you got the spice. This is a Heaven's Word Alliance set? No, I thought this was... No, this is Stormblood, wasn't it? Somebody said this was a Heaven's Word Alliance set. Is this Heaven Word? No. The red bills were Heaven's Word. This is 100% Stormblood. I think I should do Insinger with Sage or Black Mage, whichever one you're comfortable with, my dude. Your personal bias for Sage, if that means anything. The Sage is pretty good. Like both, I just don't know if I want to stay in one spot or move around. The Stormblood? Okay. Somebody said it was a Heaven's Word set. And I was like, it doesn't sound right. Oh, right. This one auto-sorts us. Cool. I'm glad for that, because I was about to run the exact opposite way. On that note, have another cookie. Me. Oh! I actually didn't mean to jump down here, but... I was eating my cookie, you bastard. How dare you interrupt the sanctity of the cookie? Patch day, no play. What do you mean? It doesn't go down for another few hours. I mean, are we missing something, or... Oh, we just gotta wait for them. There we go. What was the point of that? Speaking of the red bills, are you up to date on Untitled was granted never quest? Nope! My furthest along crafting quest is that, right there. And this screen, I know, just made a lot of you cringe. Sorry about that. No, I haven't done any of Tataru's quest line. I know it involves the red bills. I'm excited about that eventually. Not right now. Heaven's Word. Heaven's Word 1 is the one with the castle-looking fight and the demon. Yeah, I remember. Tataru's quest isn't crafting related? I was told that it was for some reason. Or maybe I just misunderstood. Oh. If cookies must be from the dark side. Certified Sith! Thanks for noticing. They had me another dark side cookie. Because the best cookies are the ones from the dark side. Oh. Add some spice to it. Hit me again. Smell like bitch in here. Right, I forgot this dude's an actual chariot. No! I'm just gonna face it this way and pray. Hello. Ooh, what's this? Oh. Oh no. Oh, that's unfortunate. I forgot about that one. It's been a while since I've done these quests. Why did I pop that there? There's no need for me to pop that there. Okay, we're just gonna hit it. No! I just popped my thingy! God damn it! I might be in trouble. Damn it, those freaking... It's a wasted raw intuition. You son of a bitch! Okay, I was gonna try and drag him out of there, so, ow, 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 ow. My giblets! Oh, it's invincible. Ooh! This is mine. This is my minion. There are many like it, but this one is mine. It's not my minion yet, but it will be by the time we're done. I promise you that. Fell Cleave, go brrr. Ow. Can't confirm, not crafting related. The crafting related one is the... Oh, that's with Emilianos, right. Is it gonna come yeeting down on us? Yeah, pretty much. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That one has some bite to it, boy. So at this point, if anyone's standing next to me and they get cleaved, that's on them. Because I am going out of my way not to move the boss. The reason I'm saying this is people have gotten on to me. You're not pushing the boss, true north. Yes, and you can clearly see that. Sorry, somebody said something like that a little while ago, and it bothered me a little bit. A little bit more than it should, because it was said in good nature, but still. Crap, 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 crap. I'm free! Ha ha ha! Get fucked! Oh, crap. No. Unfortunate. Unfucking fortunate. Probably should have waited until there were more people near me. Whatever. Yeet! Ooh, what's this? Evening Naku Nyame. I hope I pronounced that correctly. How are you this fine day? I don't recognize your name. Have you been around here recently? Or at all? Are you new to the channel? If you are subscribed. Sorry. God, I'm turning into my grandpa. I was gonna sound completely off topic for whoever doesn't know, but my grandpa was a really cool dude. Emphasis on was, unfortunately. Passed away a few years ago, but occasionally he'd just say something completely and utterly ridiculous in every sense of the word. Something so unreasonably asinine, it legitimately boggles the brain, and then he just laughed like that. For no reason whatsoever other than it was kind of funny. Oh. Okay, I'll go to this one, damn! Hello! Sorry, I don't know why I just went there about my grandpa. Haven't thought about him in a while. Alright. Was that it? Oh, come on, I just popped my big bang. Bang! Hey dude, trying to get some last minute tombstones. No. Ooh. I hate it! Samurai's doggy. I'm not terribly fond of that either. I do love this though! Been around for a while, some rather quiet and shy. Oh, that's fine. Oh, I just realized. That was really dumb of me. My bad. Alright, I'm going to make a point to not yank this boss off of the homie. Yeah, homie, you're more than welcome to lurk. Lurking is in fact encouraged. As long as y'all are having fun, I'm happy. You's a bitch! Sorry, I just kind of came in. Oh, wait, no. We look at him. Yeah, I remember how this one works. Gotta pay attention to the signs. Proper signage voice. Oh, he's okay. He wants my giblets! I'm gonna hit you so hard. Continue to look at him, I believe. Hit him in the face. Hit him in the face. Hit him in the back of the face. Yes, specifically the back of the face. What are we doing? Oh. I wasn't supposed to go over there, was I? What is this? Courage is tapped, increased damage. Oh, it's a special bone stack. I see. Ow! He still wants my giblets! Which face? All of them. Punch him in the back of all of his faces. This is the last one? This is the last one. Okay, that's good. I am in a significant amount of pain. Wait. I'm sorry? Oh, yo, hold on a minute. Yes, I did pop home gang. No, I'm not apologizing.
Does it grieve you to see the depths of your own weakness?
Does it grieve you that you're fucking maidenless? Bitch! Oh, crap. Do we hit this? I think we hit this. I am no expert, but I believe hitting this is a good move. Sorry guys, I'm a tank, I have no damage!
You do not belong in my world. Step into nothing.
We should talk before in voice once around 6.1. Really? I'm sorry, I do not remember people much at all. I'm terrible about names. And people in general. Either way, glad you're here, still having fun. This time I'm gonna have to look away. Bet. Nope, still gotta look forward.
You will be judged.
So wait a minute, have I been doing it wrong this entire time?
Such wretches, your claim to life is forfeit.
I can't really tell. We leave!
You are the blood to stain the circle.
Well, he's not pointed at me, that makes me happy.
I am revelation.
You're also terrible with names. I know the feel, bro. Okay, continue staring at him. Because he a bitch. He's afraid of eye contact. Hit him really feckin' hard. Was I doing it wrong earlier? Probably driving people insane. Sorry about that. Ah! Okay, so hold on. Do I still have to continue staring at him? Is the question. I'm gonna go with probably not on that one, but it has like the thing through the eye, so I thought white mask is truth, red mask is oh! Okay. Now it makes wait. That doesn't make sense. Okay, I have been confused. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine.
Fool is the dog who bares his teeth before his master.
So wait a minute. White mask is truth, but it still had the eyeball with the cross through it, and I took a vuln stack when I obeyed that. Black mask. Mask of lies? And apparently it worked. That is 88, I believe. Woo! Thank you, healers! My boys! Okay. Eh. It's literally pants. Don't need. Not sure how I feel about those. I already have that. Don't have that. Don't have that. Don't have that. Now we wait. Eyeball with the line through it means look away. Seriously? Because the eyeball usually means look away. But I guess that is when it's on the boss, so that one's a little bit strange. What are we up to? And I cannot stress this enough, my games. You have failed, I am not correcting it. More cookie. Because dark side. Oh. I hate how people still just wait on these. Like, they're gonna sit here just about until the game kicks them out sometimes. I didn't even get any of them. Like, stuff like that drives me insane. People will just sit there until the game kicks them out. And essentially just rat the loot. Quite annoying. That is 88 on my warrior, though. Not bad. Not bad at all. I think I would like to play a game of PvP. Little gremlins, you damn right. Okay, last dark side cookie. Ah! Delicious. Started your gunbreaker today? Welcome to the path of the correct. No, seriously though, welcome to the path of everything is in gunblade range, run. I know you're still going to be in range way out there, I just, you know, I like a little bit of a chase. Alright. Everybody, hydration check. Hydration / vibe check. I'm going to do 1 round of PvP. It's going to be casual. Damn, that was quick. I've gotten up to gold, and it's pretty okay. I would like to shove my way all the way up to crystal, but I know that's not happening in a few hours. I've been following since around your time doing Hildebrand. Oh yeah, you wanted the old guard. I'm glad you're still around, homie. I hope you're still enjoying the content. Why has no one opened a cookie store named Sinfully Good, the Evil House of Baked Goodness? Huh. Okay. Damn it. No tanks on the enemy team. How am I supposed to be uber tank if there are no tanks on the enemy team? It's okay, I'm just gonna be an assassin. Yo! Rocking that Hellhound Gunblade. Yeah, boy. Watched you going through Endwalker. The Endwalker one earlier today. I was laughing your butt off. Yeah, that crap was great. There's a cookie store named Insomnia Cookies. I feel attacked. They're both delicious and open till like 3 a.m. I feel very attacked. Alright. So, my complaints about Gunbreaker still kind of stand. I hate having to junction off of other people in order to be effective. Because there's no tank here, I don't have my best junction. But, I have kind of reorganized myself a little bit. I can kind of get away with the healer... I'm sorry. I'm just going to make your life very miserable for a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to keep going? Come here, boy. Yippee-ki-yay! Woo! Where you going? Ma'am. In fucking correct. Bard, you better leave immediately. You've chosen death. Hey, boy, how you doing? Yeah! Yeah! You thought I was a gremlin with the monk? Ooh. Return to monkey. Nope, 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 nope. In fucking correct. We're doing it this way. Yeah! Boop. Hit him with the bop bop. Oh shit! So yeah, White Mage's polymorph, still kind of jank, still a little busted, still effing hate it. Kill this person, White Mage, you die. You have chosen to make an enemy out of me. You don't get to walk away. I have lost my goddamn mind. This is your advance warning. It's not gonna get better. No, I said you die. Sir, and or madam. Woo! Slaying out, ladies and gentlemen, and others. Ooh, here comes the good stuff. Here comes the good stuff. I'm just gonna heal. I'm just gonna full heal. What you gonna do about it? You're gonna let me do this? Right in front of you! You fool! You fool! What was your plan? There we go. Daytime out. Goodbye. Oh, that was fantastic. Alright, now we're going to hit ulti, and we're going to laugh maniacally, because this is going to be hilarious. Bang bang! I die for it, but 2 people are dead. I am in my element. Somnia Cookies also sells ice creams, and there's one in my neighborhood. Dude, fuck yeah. That sounds awesome. I want to go there. White chalky ones. Yo, white chalky chips? Bruh. I prefer normal chocolate. Like I like the dark myself. Maybe not the dark. I just got really inappropriate with that. Anyway. Yeah, cookies is good though. Die! Thank you! You're next! I don't know why you didn't go for this. Now I'm going to steal it and laugh at you. Come hither, white mage! Where art thou going, friend? I didn't give you permission to breathe! Yeah, fair warning, I'm about to get really loud. Goodbye. I'm about to get really loud like I haven't already. Just mulch through them. Eat them alive. Woo! Boy! Hit him with the boom, hit him with the bap, hit him with the boom, bap, bap. Herp-a-derp! Woo! Slaying! Oh, I love this shit. Yeah, Gunbreaker's kind of alright. Gunbreaker's actually kind of okay. Let me hit him with a good match. Let me calm somebody. Let me calm that healer. They probably saved my ass a few times. God damn it! Why do I do this? Yep, you still scare me at times. I've been practicing a lot. White chalky macadamia nuts. Fuck yeah. Though I am kind of partial to regular chocolate with walnuts. Maybe a little oatmeal in there for body. And you got to use the brown butter. That's the good stuff. 6 out of 9 books done for ARR Relic, almost done. Go, homie, go! You got this, I believe. So yeah, my day, or my past couple of days, Red Velvet's good as well. My past couple of days have been essentially absolutely blasting Tachyon. If you guys know the song, I forgot what it's actually called. I think it's called like Dead Grip, or maybe that's the person who made it. But yeah, it's the kind of rap song that they've remixed a billion times. I've just been cranking that and using what I like to call the Boogaloo stick, which is exactly what you think it is, to wreak absolute havoc. So that's been my my past couple of days. I've had quite a bit of fun. Leave a like for PvP Insanity, by the way, because we are not sane here. We absolutely donk face. The only thing is, dueling is bleh. Where's that gunblade from? Oh, this gunblade is the PvP specific one. It is the Hellhound gunblade. And you get it by turning in... That is not what I meant to do. You get it by turning in 10,000 of these for 10 wolf collars, and then actually I can go show you guys right now. Since you asked, by the way, sprint the sprint for PvP is infinite. It's a toggle. Highly recommend you utilize it when you're here because it's amazing. Okay, so you go to this person, you go to other, you scroll all the way to the bottom, you see these wolf collars. You get 10 of them. Then you come over here. Person's styling over there. You come over here, wolf collar exchange, and here's all of your Hellhound stuff. And there's a gunblade. Right there. Reaper version? Oh, I forgot they made a Reaper version. Yeah, the scythe looks pretty good. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I don't dislike it by any means. I was actually thinking of picking this up, but I don't play Reaper enough in PvP. I was actually... Wait, what? Added to the message book. Okay, I don't know what that means. I was actually thinking of picking up the monk version of this, because as you can see, it's just gloves that turn into Wolverine claws. which I think is pretty cool, but I'm not down for that. It doesn't suit the monk's style at all. Hellhound Katana looks kind of okay. I really don't want to be that sweaty on people, though, because Samurai is still kind of busted. I'm not a fan. Could pick up the longbow, I guess, because I use Bard quite a bit. Nah. It'd be fine. It'd be fine. What else? What else? Yeah, some cool stuff here. Cool stuff. Let me catch up on chat. Most annoying part about the books is waiting for fates. Everything else is go here, kill this mob. Yeah, that sounds kind of annoying. Hellhound chakrams are nice. I haven't actually looked at those, I don't think. There they are. Ooh. Oh no, I have. I've seen those. Yeah, those are pretty okay. Again though, I don't really play Dancer all that much in PvP. So I try and only do PvP stuff on the classes that I do PvP on. So like if somebody sees me running at them with what I've like to call my modern mercenary gear, with a freaking Hellhound gunblade, sprinting full bore with that insane glint in my eye, oh yeah, they know what's coming. But if I pull out like a freaking Hellhound cane on my white mage when I'm healing in a normal dungeon, that doesn't make a lot of sense because I don't play white mage in PvP at all. They didn't sing her first try? Fuck yeah. It's a spicy fight, but generally, if you're on your toes, you can get through it first time. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so what do you guys think we should do? Because we have several options at the moment. As you can see, I don't really need anything. I'm just kind of saving these up for the moment. What do? Never tried PvP in 14? They have taken great pains to simplify as much as possible. They've streamlined this to the point of it basically being similar to the design theory for Overwatch, which is make things as tight as humanly possible, and from there, balance is easy. There's a few classes that are a little ridiculous, but generally, it's pretty fun. Once you learn how things work, how various classes, like, if you can find out where the burst is on other classes, you can generally fight them pretty okay. A lot of bombs, that's for sure, yeah. Do you want to do under 10-minute set of quests to get 2 minions? I mean, eventually, but not right now. By the way, leave a like if you're enjoying the stream. Hahaha, YouTube show! No, seriously though, likes help a lot. Makes me happy. I've done a Goliath this week, haven't I? I'm pretty sure I did. I'm almost 100% sure that I've done a Goliath. Yeah, I've done a Goliath. Yeah, I did that on the day it reset, fair enough. Okay, so what do you guys think? Do we do more PvP? Do we go and headbang at Eureka? Because I do still want that armor set, and I'm still working on it. Do we do something else entirely? Like, what are we feeling? What are we feeling? Because I'm not... If it were up to me, I would just play PvP for the rest of the stream. But I understand that I am in full-on Unga Bunga headbang mode, so... we're just gonna chill for right now. Maximum chill. And of course, as soon as I go live, everyone else and their mother goes live. Bruh. Weird. Weird, but okay. Every time. Every single time. Is it okay for you to send a friend? Yeah! Send friend requests! By all means! My friends list ain't full. Hey, if you got an alt on Goblin, we got a whole ass FC. You can join that too. Just, you know, not too many alts. Surprised you haven't friended me already. I'm a man of the people of this stream. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, man. If you haven't gotten them already, you can grind the mounts and the Omega raids. I need the last one personally. I haven't gotten them already, but not feeling that much of a grind right off the bat. Wait, I just realized this is you. Had not appeared to me otherwise. I feel like you're watching the stream. You do that because you know I'm streaming, bruh. My friends list ain't full yet. Yeah, but to be fair, my friends list is full of people who haven't really been on in a while. I don't know why that took so long to add in. But yeah, like, a lot of these homies have not logged on in quite a while. So I do need to go through and clean out a little bit. But still. It's a guaranteed draw. 8 or less runs. How many of those names are just hell? I think 4 or 5. Probably 5. We all know hell's an alcoholic. I'm going to do a little bit more crystalline conflict because that's what I'm feeling at this exact moment. If anyone has an idea of what else we can do, by all means, slay out. Oh, by the way, just throwing this out there, I approve of your glam. Looks quite functional, actually. Also pretty nice. Very good, very good. I'm just going to pose here, a couple of PvP enthusiasts. You're welcome. Hey, I calls him as I sees him. Good glam is good glam. What about crafting? You get out of here with that heresy! I will get to crafting at some point. The reason I keep avoiding crafting is because once I start on crafting... Oh shit! Hey, Echo! Once I start on crafting, it's just gonna be a whole week thing. Why? Why again? Bruh! Give me a tank on the enemy team that I can junction off of. This is one of the reasons I still dislike the way they have Gunbreaker. Because, like, I would love to have Nebula here. It would be the single most effective thing that I could put on at this moment with this setup. But no, Pikachu gotta be damage. Hello. Why are you doing that? I understand limit break is at 0%. We just started the game. I hate that outfit. I absolutely despise that outfit. That is also a Vieira named Rabbit Stew. I see how it is. Maybe mining? Get out of here with that heresy. Alright, so. Lunette Darkblades. That name actually sounds familiar. Excuse me, I need to steal some of your giblets. Thank you. Oh, you want to die? I see how it is. Hello. Just gonna assassinate this person. No problem at all. No problem at all. Woo, that's a lot of pain. That's a lot of pain. I'm gonna just really make your life miserable. Hello. Woo, baby. That boy got some spice on him, goddamn. Woo! I'm gonna keep it a buck. That one kind of stung a little bit. That one had a little bit of oomph to it. Daggone. All right, come on. Cast all the AOE. I only have one AOE ability, which is a bit of a problem. Okay. Yeah, that's why we didn't just take the Skybridge thing. Hit the bang bang! Assassinato! Yeah, baby! Alright, hit the thing, hit the thing, hit the thing. I said hit the thing! That'll work! I'm killing the Dragoon. I'm killing the Dragoon! Okay, maybe I'm not killing the Dragoon right away. I see how it is. I see how it is. I see how it is! Come here, boy! What, you think I can't kill you, boy? Notice that man is running away from me. The Dragoon, who has the highest damage output that I know of, is running away from the Gunbreaker. Ooh. What's this? My bruv. Okay, so the samurai just used Kazushi, which is good. There we go. That means his ult was not going to be up. Not the dangerous version. Not anytime soon. So that's good. Why so serious? This is just normal devious in PvP, man. This is life. This is how I breathe! Who's your daddy now? I am the captain now. I am the captain. Okay, so they just let us get a huge advantage. They have to, like, push all the way through. What was your plan? What was your plan? You're next! That was a joke. You're next! Boop. Hit him with the boom, hit him with the bap, hit him with the boom, boom, bap, bap. Damn right you better get out of here, boy! Picking up what I'm putting down. Come here, you motherfucker! Little bastard. Yeah, so, Blasting Zone's kind of spicy. Just a little bit. Yo, Echo, I got you, babe. Damn, though. I've, like, consistently been, top 3, if not top 5 of damage every single game, even in ranked. Unless we got completely destroyed. That was clean, though. That was a fun one. Little bit of a sweep, but it was fun. I stepped away from the game for a while, actually. Really should get back to playing PvP. Hey, dude. If you ever need someone to play with, if you ever want someone to spar with and sharpen your skills, let me know. Who's your daddy now, Gunbreaker? You'd also run away if the Wulper Dinger... What the fuck is that word? From hell was chasing you. I feel like that's German, but I feel like it's also insulting the German people by making that assumption. The fuck are those words? But yeah, no. Gunbreaker's kind of good. At least once you really get its burst windows down. Gunbreaker does what I really like in PvP, which is you can just decide one person has a really bad day and run them down. Like if I decide, especially if I have tank junction, if I decide to glue myself to the enemy healer or ranged DPS, whatever, there's not much that they can do about it. Roll face on keyboard win. Very much not that. This is kind of where it comes from. This gives me a increase in damage dealt and healing potency, 20%. Also increases movement speed for 7 seconds. This is really good. It allows me to essentially stick to people who are sprinting away. Not perfectly, but it gives me a little bit more chance to finish them off or run them down. You know, get a little bit closer. And, yeah. Gunbreaker is just a really, really annoying single-target duelist. Though I have survived 1v2s, 1v3s, sometimes even 1v4s to try and, like, hold off the enemy so my team can get back into position after a bad wipe. Go get him? What? You know, I've seen the light with Gunbreaker. And it was actually, one of my friends, I think it was... Or not really friends. Kind of a PvP acquaintance, Zeltra, who last I checked was either 7th or 3rd on the PvP leaderboards. That's been a while though, they probably moved somewhere. So a really, really good fighter. And I actually fought them Gunbreaker to Gunbreaker and I won. Which tells me that I'm actually getting down the Gunbreaker's rotation pretty damn well for PvP at least. But they were kind of new to it and experimenting, but still, that's someone who's really freaking good at PvP. I've also had instances where I've just run down, like... I want to say it was a Dark Knight. I don't know. I've done a lot of dueling. It's, Gunbreaker, I'm starting to see the light with it a little bit. It's not awful in its current iteration. There are still things that I hate about it, which the junction's one of them. I really wish we didn't have to rely on the enemy to decide which skills we have. That is still idiotic. But, yeah. Aside from that, pretty alright. Wolpertinger. It's a cryptid from Bavaria that's essentially a rabbit with fangs, elk horns, and pheasant wings. I would not like a picture. Skill is a go get them. I am the best gunbreaker. Now, pretty sure the only reason that I could play anywhere near Zeltra's field is because they didn't have a whole lot of experience on Gunbreaker and PvP, and I kind of did at that point in time. Or at least, I had enough experience to kind of understand what was cracking. And their Gunbreaker was fresh, like still had the starting gear for it on. Which is kind of funny because we're both monk mains. Or at least I was a monk main. Anyway. Okay, what are we doing now? I kind of want to go back into PvP. I'm in that mode again, bro. Oh, hey, Saritra's here. Is Ultra here too? No? Is it puppy day? Oh, never mind. It was just the one. I was about to say, I see a sprout. And I got excited. Saritra is one of my sparring buddies in 14. I do a lot of dueling with them. They always play Samurai, though, so I don't really want to mess with that unless I have Tank Junction. Alright, screw it. Let us dance to do! Do another one. Because, screw it. No one has put forth any other ideas, so we're just going to do PvP until I decide to do something else. Unless you guys have ideas for stuff to do that doesn't involve, you know, shitload of runs. Sorry, the Omega thing, like, it seems like a cool thing to do, just really not feeling Omega right now. I kind of want more chill content, which is really weird considering that I'm playing PvP, but this is less bad stress for me. I don't have to know any attack pattern. You're serious? You're going to give me an all DPS team again. Watch, it's going to be 4 DPS, 1 healer. Oh, balanced party! Okay. Alright. This is the time we're going to get absolutely freaking scrapped. So, the idea here is I'm going to tank junction off of the enemy warrior. That'll give me Nebula, which is a good defensive / reflect. BP is separated from the main game. Can you level on it? You can technically level on it, but it's going to take quite a long time. It is more of a separate thing. Like, it is almost completely disconnected from the main game outside of, like, you know, roulettes that give you class levels. And Crystalline Conflict gives you some XP. It's not a crazy amount. But, I mean, for early level stuff, I mean, it's how I got Black Mage and Bard up to, not really all the way up to 50, but definitely very close in comparison. It's a great way to level off classes as well, which is nice. Hello, I'm going to take your giblets. Don't mind me. Why are you letting them do this to you? You fool. You absolute fool. So now I'm just going to do this, and they're going to spend a lot of time smacking me around and getting their asses kicked. Woo, that's a lot. Do not like. Oi! The fuck you think you're going, mate? These guys got a little bit of spice, actually. Ooh, finish him off, finish him off. Yeah! I die, but I'm a hero! Not really. That was a 2 for 2. It's not that great. Oh, yeah. Focus the warrior. Focus the warrior. He's weak. Warrior's weak. The warrior's weak. He's out of mana. He's low on health. Kill him! Random white mage was lost in PvP. Don't worry about it, Ruff. Alright, come on. Come on. Come on! Let me at him! Oh, you are very low. You are dead. You are dead! Not a big surprise. Hi. Well, that was kind of adorable. Are you shitting me? I see what you're trying to do and you about to die for it, boy! You really think you're gonna get rid of me with that? Boy, come here! Come hither, my friend. You. I have decided that I'm your problem now. Yep, Ninja's got me. That's death. Yep, Ninja had LB. Either kill him or he's about to wipe the entire team. Ah, feels bad. Nothing I could have done about that. The Ninja's LB is a guaranteed kill as long as you hit somebody below half health. It drives me insane. Though, that one I kind of understand. Okay, spawned after that. We're losing people again. Okay, that was actually good. I didn't get yoinked in the tornado. Hello! I'm getting real tired of this. Okay, I'm just gonna get freaking chain stunned into oblivion. Yeah, there was no way I was getting out of that one. Hey, what's up, Eunice? I hope I pronounced that right. This is kind of what happens when the enemy team actually knows that you're a threat, and so just wrecks your shit. Nah, that was about, I think, 4 or 5 different instances of CC that just hit me. Because there was a polymorph, there was a stun, there was a knockback, there was a pull, I'm fairly sure. White Mage didn't ult on it, but that is a dead-ass Reaper right there. That was good, that's good, that's good. Hello, fuckboy! Oh, hell no, I'm your problem now. How you doing, fucker? This is my health potion. You're next! Why you running, boy? Goodbye. That's why he's running. CC to death. That happens a lot, but it's also kind of a good thing because it wasn't happening to my party. I want to take out the Reaper so he doesn't pull some fuck shit like last time. Because it does get annoying. Oh, I let that happen. It's okay. He's going to die. Oh, he's not going to die. Excuse me. Okay, we got to make sure this happens. There we go. Okay, White Mage assassinated. Mission accomplished. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. I die here. Oh, freaking Ninja with the LB every time. How was your weekend? The weekend was kind of crap, but whatever. Okay, they're going to get the reset. Damn it. See, they have to push us all the way past our halfway point, which is good because that's a pretty big point of oh shit. Fall back, let the rest of us catch up, you fools. Ninja dies, Ninja dies, Ninja dies, Ninja dies. There we go. Okay, Ninja's dead. Happy. Happiness. Pure, utter happiness. Gotta get the heals, gotta get the heals, gotta get the heals. Oh, I didn't realize he popped his ult. That was dumb. I think all the DPS classes from easy to hard in this game mode. Yeah, I find it's kind of the best way to rank, or not ranked, but oh, you're asking me to rank them. That's gonna take a minute. Also, yeah, we lost momentum on that one. Unfortunate, but hey, whatever. No, I am not honoring a samurai. Hell no. How did he do? Trash samurai didn't get a single LB off. I can tell because he only has 3 kills. Garbage! Sorry. That's toxic. No, that's alright. I'll give it to him. It's probably new. Still, top 4 damage. Our team was actually cranking it out pretty well. I think it was, yeah, I think it was the fact that they had a healer that was really on top of things. Did a lot of good work there. Why is it so easy to picture you saying you go to the gulag and it's sounding natural in that far Russian accent? Because you go to the gulag. There you go, bud. Okay, so Eunice asking me to rank all of the DPSs in PvP. This is going to take a minute. Woo! Actually, now that I think about it, I did a freaking, like, an actual tier list a ways back. I might just do that again. Would y'all want to see me do that real quick? Like, just do a quick, like, full PvP class tier list? It's not going to be terribly complete because I still don't have a whole lot of experience with some of the classes, but sure, why not? What do the rest of us think? Well, I want to make sure everybody's in for this idea. Won't take too long. Go ahead. Okay. We'll go with it. Excuse me one moment whilst I get my tools set up. Google. Bang. Excuse me. There we go. Perfecto. Okay, how... Ah, here we go. Presentation mode. There we go. Alright, now we just have to... bang, and... bang, bang. There we go. Okay, cool. That should be centered. Why is that not centered? That's gonna bother me. 1 second. There it is. Transform. Fit screen. Okay, there we go. Sorry, that was gonna bother the crap out of me. Anyway, so let's get to work. Now, disclaimer. First of all, let me hold on a minute. I'm gonna throw this up so y'all don't see my my YouTube shenanigans, because I know somebody's gonna give me hell for what I watch, because of course you are. There we go. That ought to work. Yeah. All right, let's get some vibes going, man. There we go. Okay. Proper vibe mode. So. It's just nasty, Lamel. Yeah, it is. I was able to save a game by LBing the whole team. That's usually how it goes. So, I am going to go in order of role. I'm going to start with the tanks, because them's my boys. I'm going to do the healers, because I'm not terribly familiar with those. I am going to put one of these in here. I'm I'm going to throw in a not enough playtime because there are a couple of classes on here that I just genuinely do not have enough experience with to rate properly. But yeah, let's go ahead and get in on it. So, starting off, the good old boy, the Paladin. Paladin's pretty good aim rate. Now, quick disclaimer, I am only gold level and I only just got there. So this is definitely very early ELO PvP rankings. And these are just my opinions. Paladin's pretty solid. It's got a decent amount of survivability. It's got a stun. It's got a gap close. It's got some pretty good damage, actually. It does the job of being a tank very well. Its limit break is god tier. Reduces all damage to yourself to 0 and all damage to all allies to 50%. So this is the game saver. If your team is on top of things. If your team is not paying attention to you whatsoever, Paladin's kind of blah. The Warrior. Slightly above Paladin, in my humble opinion. The Warrior is really aggressive. It benefits from like headbanging really hard. You do not have enough damage to solo a 1v2 or a 1v3 against people who are of equal skill level. If you know what you're doing on Warrior and you run someone down and they happen to have a friend, you're not going to do a whole lot of killing. You are very good at surviving. Like you're going to make their life miserable. You're going to yoink people around with Bloda. You can actually pull people and it's a slow. On top of the Primal Rend AoE, which is a huge chunk of damage as well. I've just noticed that Warrior has a lot of trouble closing out kills against people who are actually onto its shenanigans. I've actually done a lot of 1v1ing Warriors on Gunbreaker, and I've come out on top a lot. Purely because they couldn't cut through my shields, but I could cut through their recovery. So it's sort of a give and take. Warrior is extremely good if you have a team that it will capitalize on your Primal Rends. If not, Warrior is more of a pressing unit. Yeah, it's really, really good pressure. And to an extent, so is Paladin. Paladin's a little bit more on the defensive side. Paladin excels when you can just get on a point, slam your shield into the ground, and say, "Come at me, bitch." Warrior is more of, I'm going to make your entire backline shit themselves in 3, 2, Primal Rends up. Let's go. And that's pretty much it. So, Warrior, really, really good. Not as busted as people like to say it is. Dark Knight is a bit interesting. I can't in good conscience put this anywhere except for here. I just do not have enough experience with it at the moment. I've noticed that Dark Knight players vary from really good to really bad. The really good ones will balance their health perfectly. They will constantly be the annoying thorn in your side and headbanging like a demon. And then their LB comes up and you literally cannot kill them. And it usually baits out enemy burst because they see someone drop so very low and it's like, oh yeah, the tank's down, we gotta beat on them. And it usually ends up in you wasting the enemy's burst. But on the flip side of that, I haven't been able to figure out exactly how it works. So I can't really say whether it is really good or whether it's people just getting lucky off of a one trick or what's going on there. So take that with a grain of salt. This may surprise you to hear. Gunbreaker used to be like F trash tier in my particular tier list. It's solid. It's a good duelist. It's a good what's the actual term for it? It's good at fighting delaying actions. So if I decide that I want to run down a healer, then there's a good chance that somebody's going to chase me, right? So we're going to have the healer running away from me running after the healer, and then usually one of the melee DPSs or ranged chasing after me, who's chasing after the healer. This usually results in me pulling a couple of people off of the objective, and if I have tank junction up, I'm very hard to kill. But Gunbreaker's good for stalling, yeah. Excuse me. Compared to other tanks, Gunbreaker it's way too finicky, in my humble opinion. A lot of the times that I'm playing as Gunbreaker, I am usually thinking, you know, when I'm not off my ass on adrenaline, I'm usually thinking I could do more if I was another tank. Specifically if I was a Warrior or Paladin, because they have CC. And honestly, even Dark Knight has CC with its Salted Earth. I'm pretty sure it's a pull and then an AoE bind, which is really freaking good. So if I had to just like knee-jerk rate Dark Knight, it would be up here in A tier, maybe high B, definitely above Gunbreaker. But honestly, Gunbreaker excels when there's another tank that you can get your junction off of. Healing junction is okay. It's not great because you lose that reflect, and Aurora is really not amazing. DPS junction. Excuse me. I'll take a sip. Yeah. Also, Lily-Ho, Quizzled. Nice to see you. DPS junction on the Gunbreaker. It can surprise people. I don't know why suddenly I'm coughing. Yeah. That's really going to annoy me. Okay, let me tone it down a little. Enjoy the vibes. It's still tickling in the back of my throat. I can feel it. It's pissing me off. There we go. I think we're okay. So, the three junctions. Healing junction is okay. It's not great. It's objectively worse than tank junction. Tank junction gives you a shield, and Nebula allows you to have a reflect as well as a damage down. And it just it makes you a tank. It makes you more of a chase bruiser. But it's still pretty tanky. And you can 1v2 and sometimes like 1v3, 1v4. I'm not going to say effectively, but you can do it to an extent that a tank would need. DPS junction, I want to say it's good because I surprise people a lot with it, but generally it's less than ideal. It's good if you want to just it's good if there's a high priority target, like say a Paladin who's almost at limit break, or like a ninja, a Dragoon, a samurai, and you just want to delete him as quickly as possible. Let's turn into Darth Vader for your slander, bruv. But no, real talk, Gunbreaker's okay. It's not outstanding. The only reason I do well with it is because I know its kit very well, and I know when I can push my luck. It sounds like it only works in a very specific set of circumstances. That's pretty true. Because like, as y'all just saw, if I don't have tank junction up, I'm significantly easier to kill. But I also do more damage. If I do have tank junction up, I am very difficult to kill, but my damage goes down. So it just kind of balances in between being a crappy damage or a crappy tank. The reason I do well with it is because I know how to use it. So I know when I can push my luck with the tank junction. I know when I can go and delete something with the damage junction. Because Blasting Zone really does surprise people. And the usual combo where you hit your limit break, you let it roll out, do the stun, and then immediately double down, that does a lot of damage. Without tank junction, you're more glass cannon-ish. You can yoink a junction off of a healer, but generally it's better to just yoink off of a DPS and go slay. Because, like I said, the Gunbreaker's Rough Divide, it also gives you a speed boost, so you're really good at sticking to people. So you can be a really, really good, like, just kind of a rushdown kind of character. But you don't have any defensive skills after that. Like, there are no shields, there are no heals, there's nothing in your base kit if you have DPS junction aside from damage and movement. So, unless you have your limit break up and there's a bunch of people around you, you're just going to get your ass handed to you. People are going to stun lock you, you're not going to have an answer to it, and unless you have guard up and really chunk through their CC, there's not a lot that can be done. So I think Gunbreaker is in a better spot than it was. I would actually, honestly, I would almost put it at high C tier, but I'm going to be generous and say it's like mid to low B still. It's a lot of fun, and it can surprise people, but I don't think it's that good. Alright, let's start in the healers. Did anyone see that coming? White Mage is really solid. It's got one of the best LBs in the game with a freaking Kamehameha wave that stuns. It also amps healing, does an AoE heal in an area around you. It has a polymorph that bypasses both guard and ignores Purify, which is stupid. It's got good damage output, it's got good heals, it actually has surprising damage output with Afflatus Misery. You can burst people down. You can assassinate people that are half health. It's crazy. So, yeah, White Mage, I'm not going to say it's like terribly overloaded. I do think the numbers are a bit on the high side. It's very strong. White Mage is good. If you want to play a healer and you don't want to, like, worry about getting smashed on a regular basis, White Mage is pretty good. Square releasing some stats on the win rates for each job. I haven't actually seen that. Anyway, Scholar's kind of a weird one. Scholars usually have the highest damage in any given game that they are in, but it is mainly because I'm wanting to say it's biotic or biolysis or something. It's their dot, which they then hit with something. It's one of their abilities that makes it detonate and go to all other enemies. So it's a lot of tick damage, but it's not a lot of like acute damage. It's more of an annoyance than an actual threat. That being said, I have seen some Scholars absolutely decimate. So I'm going to throw this one down here with Dark Knight. I just don't have enough experience to say. Next up. Oh boy. Astro. On one hand, similar to Scholar. On the other hand, I have seen them do some pretty nasty stuff. So I'm going to throw them in low A tier. I could probably be a little bit better than low A, actually. I would say, given Astro's capability to buff and the fact that Gravity has 2 steps and it's both a slow and then a bind, I'm going to throw it in between Warrior and Paladin. I've seen some really good Astros. A lot of them have been on my team, and when I'm a Gunbreaker and I have an Astro backing me up, it doesn't matter what junction I have. I'm going to dive in and slay out, and people are not going to be able to stop me. It's great. Ironically, that spread bio to everyone ability is part of the old Summoner PvE kit before 6.1. I do remember that. Deployment tactics. Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. Much appreciated. Yeah, I've seen some really good Astros. I haven't really played it all that much, so it should go down here. But I do feel that Astro, as a kit, is pretty solid. So I'm going to give it the benefit of the A tier. Sage. Sage is a weird one. Sage is not a healer. Sage is a magic DPS with a healing ability. It's decent. I haven't seen it do too terribly much. When I have a Sage on my team, I usually don't notice that I'm surviving any longer than I would otherwise, and I am usually the tank, so I would assume they're putting cardio on me. Which is a lie, they're usually putting it on the frickin' monk or the dragoon. I don't know. It's something about Sage. It's probably in the realm of the Gunbreaker, where it was like, I just did not have enough time in the class to really appreciate it. Sun Tzu, bring your Astro. But yeah, I don't know. Something about Sage is a little strange to me. It's it's a bit weird, but I have seen good Sages. I have seen more often than not kind of bad Sages. It seems to be in a weird spot because it really doesn't play like a healer, similar to how Gunbreaker really doesn't play like a tank. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's do the melees real quick. I don't know why Monk is all the way over here. Well, I'll put that there, I guess. Okay, let's do Dragoon. Dragoon is as close to top of A tier as I can put it, because Dragoon has some of the highest burst damage in the game outside of LB and with LB. Dragoon is extremely powerful, but it is the definition of glass cannon. If somebody decides that you're going to die and either a healer or a tank or you are not paying attention for like 2 seconds, you're gone. Its ability gives you massive damage output. I'm talking about Gerskogel. But it also increases incoming damage by 25%. So this is a very high-risk, high-reward assassin type of playstyle. You can make it work. I've seen really good Dragoons completely wipe teams. I've also seen really bad Dragoons whiff their ultis into a team that is all on guard. So I would say that Dragoon has a lot of potential. It's held back from S tier. S tier being overpowered. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and correct that right now. How do we put this? I don't want to make it blatantly overpowered, but we'll go slightly busted. How about that? That seems good. So Dragoon, I would say, is where you want to be for a melee DPS. It's got crazy high damage in a burst. It's got a little bit of sustain with one ability. Its jumps give it a lot of mobility. But generally, it is... yeah, I don't want to call it straight OP. I do think that White Mage needs a little bit of work, though, because it is very powerful. But, yeah, Dragoon's pretty solid. It's good. You need to be careful with it, but if you master the burst, you're going to be slaying people out. However, if someone decides to lock you down and you don't have your Purifier guard up, you're gonna die. So that's always fun. Now time for my main, Monkey. I really want to put Monk high A tier next to Dragoon. I cannot in good conscience do that. I am gonna put it... we'll put it a little ahead of Paladin, and I'll explain why. Monks can be a very powerful rushdown class, whereas you just choose someone and make their day extremely bad. Outside of that, they don't have a lot of AoE. They don't have a lot of... well, they do have a decent amount of CC. They don't have a whole lot of ways to control the field, except for their damage. And their damage does take a long time to run up. They have like a 7-part combo. But once you get to their damage window, if you can capitalize on it, they are great assassins. And they're very tough with Earth's Reply. So generally, you survive on Monk way longer than you should. Thunderclap also gives you a shield. So whenever you dash to someone, you get a little shield. It makes them very surprisingly survivable. And I've been playing Gunbreaker like I used to play Monk, which is essentially run down somebody, get them separated, and then 1v3. And Monk does that fairly consistently. It's not going to get the kills if they're working together. If the person is out of mana, then yeah, probably. Got some ice cream, BRB? Hell yeah, brother. Hey, what kind? What kind of ice cream? You getting some Rocky Road? Getting a little vanilla? Maybe not vanilla. Nah, chocolate? Chocolate swirl? What you got? Actually, yeah, I am actually going to wait for Cloud to come back. There's this ice cream at a local store. It's called Moose Tracks, I think, which sounds a little disgusting, but it's like, it's this really, really tasty combination of some chocolate caramel candies and chocolate swirl. It's just so much chocolate. It's beautiful. Now I want some chocolate. Extreme bro moment. So while we're waiting, how are you guys doing? We having a good day? You guys enjoying the tier list so far? Eunice, you asked me to rank these. Like, this was originally because of your comment. Have you played much PvP? Or are you looking to get into it and you want like a starter class? Genuinely curious. You're making me hungry for salted caramel ice cream. Dude, that stuff's fire! Ice cream is just like gift from the universe to us. We don't deserve it. It's so good. Pretty good? Hell yeah, brother. I hope everyone's doing okay. I want a root beer float? Hell yes. Yeah, let me hop over so I don't get busted for AFK. Bruh. Okay, we're good. Glad you back yet? We're waiting. Yes, I'm pulling a Josh Drive Haze. No, I don't care. Absolutely vibing. Just out of curiosity, what do y'all play in PvP? Because I know Naku has Reaper. I forgot what Cloud does. Finish your heretical AR crafting quest. Hell yeah, brother. Glad to hear. I like the piano. It's very nice. Very chill. Vibin'. Cloud, you back yet? Red Mage, of course. I've noticed that Red Mage has kind of gone, like, not downhill per se, but it's not quite as oppressive as it used to be. Ever commissioned stream music? I have not. I have enough issues keeping up with the art for the streams. Or not the streams, rather, but the channel. Oh, the last one I commissioned, I don't think I even used yet. No, I did. I did. Oh shit, I just got my paycheck from YouTube. Fuck yeah! Last one was really good because some psychopath named Alien just decided to start throwing money at me. So that was good. I'm actually not broke for once. Feels good. Haha, feels good. Clearly it's time I return to PvP. Ren. I play either Bard Machinist or Black Mage. I really like Bard in PvP. It just feels solid. Plus the LB that you have is literally everybody else does more damage and gets LB charge, which is really cool. Trying to get Bard under your fingers. It's honestly, it's not that difficult. It's more of just you gotta position well. Bard excels when you can sit on the edge of the fight and snipe in, because its main damaging ability does more damage the further away you are. So you want to be at max range as much as possible. Then you pop your limit break. Well, you go in and pop your limit break, then you come back out, and you just keep blasting. Machinist is obviously really strong. I mean, we don't need to talk about that one too much. Machinist is A tier, easy. I'll get to that when I get to it, fully explain. Black Mage is also pretty good. Black Mage has kind of a Reaper deal going on where it sort of relies on its LB, but not really. It can stand on its own without the limit break, but once the limit break is on, holy shit, the amount of damage it can crank. And it gets it pretty quick, too. I think, anyway. Maybe it's just really good Black Mages I've been up against. Cloud, you back yet? We're waiting. Hey, Zwag! Welcome to the Absolute Chaos crew. Thank you very much. Much appreciate the membership, man. I really need to get down a spiel for when that happens, because I do not have one yet. Either way, thank you. Thank you so much. So much appreciated. God, it still blows my mind that people want to give me money. I'm like, why? Why are you people like this? What have I done? What have I done to deserve this? And I remember, oh yeah, I spend literally so many hours, an unreasonable amount of hours, editing videos and streaming and working my ass off to be good at the game, so it's not cringe to watch. Still probably cringe to watch, but you know. Some reason Frontline feels cursed. Take 2 steps in any direction and sworn just descends upon you. Jack Wolf, I got a bone to pick with you. And it's not anything malicious. It's mainly just every time I hear you talk about PvP, I'm pretty sure it's you. It's one person in the Discord and in stream. Every time somebody talks about PvP, it's always about how they're getting jumped as a range DPS, I think? Make you laugh an unreasonable amount, yeah. And there's ways to get away from that. It usually boils down to positioning. If you position yourself in a way that allows any melee to get at you easily and just fight you one-on-one, they're going to do it. Because a ranged in a melee fight is going to die. Competent players are going to see that and they're going to dive on it as soon as they can. Even in frontline, especially in frontline. Ninjas will chase you to the ends of the earth. But even in frontline, man, it's you have to time your abilities is the biggest thing. Once you get your global stuff down, like once you figure out, okay, do not ever spam your recuperation or whatever the heal is, restoration, I think, or whatever. Don't spam your heal. Save your guard for when it is most needed. Use whatever mitigation, disengage, whatever you have sparingly. And yeah, just don't be too trigger happy with purity and you should be okay. Not purity, purify. Like, I understand how it feels when there's people like me out there who will get like monk or gunbreaker or warrior or ninja, samurai, basically any of the melee classes, and just decide, hey, that guy over there, that black mage is just sniping at us from way downtown. I'm gonna go break their face, and then they go over there and they break their face, and that's literally our job. Every class has a way to get out of that, though. Summoner has its own CC, Black Mage has a sleep, Bard has a disengage. I think Machinist is the only one without a hard disengage, but you also have your AoE, like the drone that does the AoE thing. So that kind of mitigates it a little bit. Also, Machinist just has really good damage. Problem, try to stay out of melee range, but even when the field is clear, the instant I turn camera, 20 enemies descend upon me, literally yank me. Okay, so what you do in that situation, what I'm hearing is you're mainly playing frontline and you have a lack of map awareness. So what you do, let me swap over for this. What you do, you bring up your map, you zoom it to the point where you can see pretty much everything, and you just leave it up there. And that's pretty much it. I always have this open every time I play frontline, and I am always glancing at it. And I know this is the most condescending BS advice that most people give, especially like in FPS games and MOBAs, whatever. Map awareness saves lives. I am still awful at it. I still get caught out. But the more you're watching your map, the better you are going to be in the long term. Let me check something real quick because I think my dad just got home, in which case I'm going to have to be a little quiet. Come on. Also, Cloud, are you back yet? Because we've been waiting a while for you, man. Why are you like this? Why are you making us wait so long? Rude. Okay, if he's not back in a couple of minutes, then we're gonna just move on. Okay. Trade those back out. Honestly, being aware of what's happening around you is a good tip for almost everything. Any kind of PvP, yeah. Map is up all the time. Doesn't help when there are no dots where you're headed and half of another team just appears from the ether. I mean, you also got to know where you are. If you're running around in the enemy territory and suddenly there's a swarm, then yeah, that's kind of on you. If they're just appearing out of nowhere, though, then that means that the entire team wasn't paying attention. And honestly, you can still see them visually. Like, if you look across Seal Rock, you can see another team damn near running out of their spawn, depending on their settings. That may be a bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. You can see people coming like physically from a long ways off. So I'll look around and like I'll see a motorcycle riding off in the distance. So I'll cross-reference that with my map. I was like, okay, that's way over there. Where I'm looking, there's no dots over there. That means that's an enemy. It's a lot of little tricks that you pick up. But generally, yeah, man. Sorry to be like that. It's just lack of map awareness. There's no easy way to say it. You got to get better at figuring out where you and everybody else is. It's the only way that's going to stop. Also, if your team is engaging far too many enemies and about to go under, leave them and run. Yeah, pretty much. That's another kind of pickup skill. You gotta learn when a fight is going downhill. And I still do this all the time, but I'll be fighting in the middle of like what appears to be a decent fight. Like, hey, we might even be winning. Then I turn around and the entire other enemy team is there just shredding us from the back line. We got completely pinched and I'm like, oh, well, guess I'll die. I went back for a bit, didn't know you were winning. Yeah, I was waiting on you, dude. Okay, so now that Cloud is back with his ice cream. What kind of ice cream, by the way? You didn't tell me what it is. I want to know what I'm missing. Sorry, I had to take a drink. There's something like right in the back of my throat. And it is just like poking at me. I think it's a piece of popcorn. I'm okay. I've learned that enemies mostly only show up on the map if they're engaged, which is why I only go where my team is or empty areas if the other two teams are fighting each other on the other side of the map away from me. Yeah, that's a good place to start. Black cherry frozen yogurt. That actually sounds kind of good. I'm not a big fan of frozen yogurt, but I can dig it. Pardon. Now, let's get back to work. Monk, I think we finished off on Monk. It's got good output, it's got decent sustain, good mobility, solid damage. Its limit break is great because you can break people's guards, which if your team is paying attention, almost guarantees a kill. It's also a really good stun that can't be mitigated, which is a little ridiculous, but generally, yeah, Monk's pretty solid. Ninja. A good ninja wins games. There's this one ninja that I was playing against last night when I was grinding ranked. It was, I think it was a Makote wearing the full late Elegant, like the futuristic looking set. I think their name was Mage. This person was such a nightmare. I made it my mission every single game to make their life miserable. And I think I survived, like, more often than not. They ended up targeting me more often than anyone else. I would always get their limit break. Or at least it felt that way. So, that being said, there was one time, only one match in the, like, 30 that I played last night, that myself and Mayri were on the same team. Enemy vaporized. We mulched them like nothing. Threw their ass in the grinder. It was kind of bad, actually. Ninja has, I would say, actually, a fairly low skill floor. Maybe like intermediate skill floor. Because of all the mudras, it's a little complicated to figure out, and you can't use the same mudra twice in a row. You have to use a different one and then come back to it. But it is extremely versatile. You actually have defensive options in a couple of your mudras. You have like a heal and a shield. Then you have an AoE fireball, which is really cool. You have enough ranged capability to basically be a ranged DPS. I think it was called Flying Raijin or something, or maybe that's Naruto. I don't know. It's the lightning dash, whatever it is. It's a double stun, so it can kind of juke people out of their purify, which is really good, and it's a great way of securing kills with your limit break active. Ninja is really, really versatile. But that being said, it does kind of hit you with decision paralysis if you're not used to it. So I would say that Ninja is really, really solid. Definitely mid to high A tier. As long as you know how it works. Samurai. Did we see it coming? Samurai is straight up busted. It's got more abilities. It's got more kit than any other class in the game. Like, please show me a class that has more utility than Samurai. It has 3 shades of AoE with its dash augment on its main damage ability. One of them does an AoE bind. The other one's just straight up more damage, and the third one is a heal. It has a stun that's just one button press. It has an AoE double tap that it's a cast time, but once you finish the initial cast, you can slap again, and it does more damage if there's only like 1 or 2 enemies in it. It's got Madare, which is a cleanse in itself, on top of Setsugeka being one of the highest damage abilities in the game. And all of that is not including its limit break and its reflect. The reflect that also lowers damage and increases damage on whoever hits you, and the limit break will instantly kill anyone who has that debuff from hitting the reflect. I've said this before and I will say it again. Samurai got all of the kit and abilities that Gunbreaker was denied. It got all of the utility that Gunbreaker was denied. It's ridiculous and I freaking hate it. If you have a Samurai on your team, there's a very good chance that they're going to get a pentakill at some point. By the way, Chiten procs Kazushi off of AoE attacks. You don't have to be targeting them. So if I go in and I do my LB or double down, or I just accidentally slap the Samurai on my way to the healer, they can just decide, oh yeah, I'm going to kill you. Then they Zenketsu Tin me, and anyone around me is taking 61,000 damage like that. And there is no way that I could have figured that out otherwise. And I know, a lot of people say, well, you got to be watching the Samurai, man. Don't hit them when their Chitin's up. It's like, what? You want me to let one of the highest damage classes in the fucking game wail on me with absolutely no recourse at all for 5 seconds? That's not skill, it's busted. Okay, rant done. Can Samurai elusive jump off the arena? No, it cannot. So that's style points. But, yeah, no. I'm not backing down from that one. Reaper! I am going to personally put Reaper here at B tier. High B tier, mind. But Reaper is kind of interesting. It relies a lot on its limit break, which I don't like, but it gets its limit break very, very quickly, and it has some pretty good utility otherwise. Its AoE has a heavy, which is really cool. It's got a shield that also acts as a damage buff, so it's a little bit survivable. It's there we go. It's got a damage build-up system with Soul Slice into Bountiful Harvest, I believe. Whatever the Big Bang ability is. But you can essentially stack up 8 ticks of Soul Harvest, or Soul Slice, and then hit the Big Bang, and it'll do, like, I think 12 or 16,000 damage. Sounds like a lot, really isn't. It's not worth the build-up. So, I do think that, I really do think that Reaper is in need of some help. But with its big AoE hysteria that bypasses Guard and Purify, it's pretty solid. You can get some work done, and with the teleport, it's quite maneuverable. It also that teleport also gives you a movement speed up. That's pretty cool. A good Reaper can do fairly well. That being said, I do think a lot of the other melee DPS just kind of outclass it, which is a shame, but excuse me. From that person who said Dragoon LB was better than Samurai LB, justification from saying Samurai is balanced because the hard counter to their LB is to just not attack them. Yeah. Jack Wolf, I'm going to be honest, whoever said that is an idiot. Or, I'm sorry, whoever said that is on hard copium or something. Something ain't right with their logistical process. Because yes, you can just not attack the highest damaging melee DPS in the game outside of maybe Dragoon and PvP for 5 seconds. You can totally do that. But why should you have to? Why should the samurai? Why should only the samurai have an ability that decides that the entire enemy team is not allowed to attack you for 5 whole seconds, otherwise you do a shitload more damage, and they can insta-kill you? The samurai is the only class with that ability or anything remotely like it. I call that busted. Fully agree with your take? Yeah. If you could find that person and tell him to DM me, I would love to have a conversation about this. Actually, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's looking for a fight. I don't want to do that. That's rude. But okay, let's move on. Bard. Bard is going into low A tier. I'm putting it here because Bard does not have a lot that they can do by themselves. They do have a good silence. They have a bind on their backstep, which is really good. And they have decent AoE, which also goes into a buff for your allies. It's generally just a really good support class. And it also has Warden's Paeon, which allows you to sort of give a cleanse to an ally. That being said, if a Bard gets caught out, they're dead. If a Bard gets caught out by anyone who is remotely competent on, say, a melee class or even a couple of range classes, especially a red mage that knows what they're doing, they're going to get vaporized. The Bard excels at being as far out of combat as possible and being able to snipe inwards. And it does so very well. And with its limit break, it can make its allies do a lot of good damage. But the flip to that is you're losing out on the Machinist's limit break, which is essentially a snipe. You're losing out on the Dancer's limit break, which is crazy CC. It's it's a bit of a trade. Someone just DM'd me. Why? One sec. A couple of my PvP buddies popped in. They's looking at me. They're asking me to do some casuals. Okay, I'll go back to that if I have to. But yeah, generally, Bard, really solid if you have the team to support, but carry potential is very, very low. You could be hella annoying, especially doing melee DPS with that silence. Oh, baby, that silence is gorgeous. But aside from that and just constant, not crazy damage output, but you could surprise people with it. It's not outstanding. Yeah, my throat is just, yeah. Hydration check. There we go. Next up, Machinist. Did we expect anything else? Real talk, Machinist is solid. It has a lot of good damage capability, and unlike Dragoon, it can also be very, very safe with its damage. It can hang on the edge of a fight and just blast in. The only thing I dislike about it is the Biolysis, I think it's called, the one where it does, or the Bioblaster, I'm sorry. That one forces you to get in kind of close, but you can also kind of save that for when someone tries to dive you and then just blast them in the face. Then immediately analysis into air anchor, and they're having a much worse day than you. I do not believe that the chainsaw thing needs to be there. That's just dumb. A 3%, there's no point to that. Because when it hits, it feels so cheap. When it doesn't hit, it feels like, okay, I just wasted a button. Why did I even do that? So I do think that the chainsaw analysis or reassembly or whatever the hell it's called needs to be changed. I would also like to see the AoE and single target abilities on Machinist. It's like freaking carousel of stuff be separated. But it's not bad as it is. It's pretty high damage. It's a little bit selfish. It's got good area denial with its drone. Maybe a little bit too high on the damage, but it also doesn't have a lot of defensive capabilities, so ugh. It's okay. Problem is, Bioblasters in the middle of gadget chain, it stops you from accessing your big long-range damage dealers. Yeah. That is one of the things that kind of pumps the brakes on it, but I mean, generally, you could still work around that. If you are careful with your positioning and quick about it, you can get in, hit somebody with the Bioblaster, and then usually be out, and everybody's hurting from the damage over time while you're running away. Usually, what I would say is build up your 5 stacks of heat with your main attack, and then, you know, hit the come on, brain. Hit your drill. Run in doing the heated blast so you're not slowed down, and then hit somebody with a Bioblaster, keep running. And that'll usually get you in and out fairly quickly. It's kind of a similar thing. I've seen really good machinists, I've seen really bad machinists. It does seem to be a pretty strong class though, especially with its limit break. That snipe is ridiculous in the best way. It is really annoying that it does like 3/4 of my health even as a tank. I would kind of like to see it be something a little more like Ninja, where maybe if you're low, then it'll do not a full execute, but more damage. So that way people can't just heal spam past it. But I do think that the limit break does a bit much on the damage for being how long range it is. That being said, I think the class overall, it's really strong. It's not busted strong, but it is strong. Now we have to stop being nice. If I could, I would put Dancer down here, because I don't have a whole lot of range for it. I'm actually probably going to, because I played a little bit of Dancer. It seems pretty strong if you use it right, but it's also almost idiotically short-ranged. So you need to be essentially a long-armed melee to be a good Dancer, and you do kind of have to be in the middle of things for the stuff to take effect. It also has the Dance Partner buff, which is nice. I would say that Dancer is... I don't know. So I'm going to put Dancer here at kind of sharing the bottom of B tier with Sage. I haven't really found the method for them yet. I have seen Dancers slay out though, because with their Etzwall buff on their main ability, they get the Saber Dance, and that does quite a bit of damage. So they can kind of surprise you, but if you're on top of them, I mean, they're not gonna break the game much at all. Like, a Dancer is not gonna out-damage a Machinist of similar capability. They're probably not even going to out-damage a Bard of similar capability just because of the range difference. But yeah, take Dancer and Sage with a grain of salt, because they are very much not in my usual repertoire. Now, Black Mage. Yeah, I think there's pretty fair. Black Mage has a lot of damage output, but it doesn't rely on its limit break nearly as much as, say, Reaper. But it does rely on it some. Black Mage also has pretty good versatility with its, I think it's Super Flare that activates either your Umbral Flame or Umbral Ice. You can either bind someone or freeze them with the Ice buff, or you can just establish various shades of burn with the fire buff, which is really nice. It allows you to do some dots. It also has Thunder, which is an AoE around yourself that's a pretty good I don't want to say a pretty good execution tool for anyone who tries to dive you, but it is a good deterrent for a melee that just dives on you. You can kind of help your team nuke them down a little bit. If they leave you alone, if your team just leaves you alone to get jumped, you're probably not going to have a good time. But generally, black mages do pretty well. They can sit on the edge of a fight and just shell into it like a freaking artillery piece. It's crazy. They do a lot of damage too. If you leave a black mage alone and you don't ever dive on them, they're going to have the highest damage, they're going to have the most kills, and they're going to have 0 deaths. They also have the sleep, which is really freaking strong as well. Okay, next up, Summoner. Summoner. I want to put Summoner on level with Black Mage. Probably a little bit higher, maybe even than that. How do I do this? Super Black Mage. Just lean it inverse with rapid fire. Yeah, pretty much. The limit break on Black Mage is pretty much just... You are a very mobile artillery piece. Okay, so what I'm going to do here... What do I do here? I'm going to put... Okay, I'm gonna base this off of Crystalline Conflict specifically. To which I will say, Summoner is much higher than it would be otherwise because of its ability to essentially just drop Bahamut on its limit break on the objective and laugh maniacally as everything dies. That being said, if Crystalline Conflict was not a feature and it was more of a Frontlines kind of deal, it would be probably around here-ish. Because your AoE is significantly less effective. On a Crystalline Conflict with Slipstream and the Titan Clap, it's really good AoE area denial, and you have a great stun and slow. Or it's a bind, technically. Fester gives you some spice to do in off GCDs. The burst window is atrocious because it's all just like front loaded and then you have about 5 to 10 seconds of doing nothing. But when you're doing stuff, it's pretty spicy. The Ifrit dash is also pretty gross if you want to just chase someone down and finish them off. It's a great execution tool. Excuse me. It's a great execution tool, especially if you combine it with a fresh Bahamut and a couple of Fester drops. The Phoenix Summon, not quite as useful if your team is on top of things. If your team isn't on top of things, then it's a good AoE heal, so there's that little bit of versatility on it. I would say that Summoner is in a really good spot right now. It's kind of similar to Machinist and Dragoon, actually. Which I just realized I put I put one offering from each in the top of A tier. Which is kind of appropriate, I suppose. Well, except for Healer, but then Healer has White Mage, so. Yeah, Summoner's really solid. Red Mage I'm going to surprise people with. I don't have enough experience anymore. I only really knew Red Mage when it was still busted overpowered, and then they've nerfed it a couple of times. As far as I'm aware, Red Mage is kind of like mid to mid-low A tier now. But that may just be because I don't know the skill level of the people playing it, because I haven't played it all that much at all. So, Red Mage could be really good, it could also be really bad. I have no way of knowing, which is why I'm going to put it here. And we're not going to talk about this. So that is my tier list for current PvP classes. Does anyone have any questions? Come on, students, speak up now. Have you anything to ask of Oldavius? Ugh, excuse me. Blech. I just realized I still got a bowl of Chipotle chicken rice sitting over there, and it's looking at me funny. I actually forgot I brought that up here. I was like, yeah, I might need a little bit of food later. Didn't insult war. Did you always sleep? Dead, look at the fucking screen. Where is Warrior on this list? Come on now. When are we getting a Blue Mage only Battle Royale? No more Battle Royales. I'm tired of Battle Royales. I'm gonna avoid a rant right now. I'm so fucking tired of Battle Royales. I would rather crack my skull open and shove a red hot iron into my brain than play one. It's that bad. Okay, what you said it was out cold. Look at the screen! Look at the screen! Tell me where Warrior is on the screen. Should tell you everything you need to know. No, Warrior's good. Long and the short of it is Warrior's really good. Best tank in the game at the moment. For PvP, anyway. Though it does kind of depend on what you're trying to do. I would say, actually, that Paladin kind of performs a little bit better in kind of solo play. But if you have a team that remotely knows what they're doing, it's pretty solid. Actually, I'm going to take a moment to kind of boost Paladin up a little bit. Because at the level that I'm at, it is really spicy. And you can run people down, you can bash them, you actually have a decent amount of damage with a couple of your skills. So, yeah, much as it hurts me to lower Monk on the tier list, I'll leave it right there. Monk's just got really solid CC. Astro is the one that I'm kind of off about, because I really don't know Astro that well. Yeah, I'm gonna put Astro down here because I haven't played it enough. There we go. That's a little better. Depends on who's driving that war. Yeah. Just sad that Reaper is so LB dependent. Same. You could change between Dragoon and Machinist instead of playing solely one. Yeah. Wait, Eunice, do you... Sorry, that seems like a... On the surface, that seems like the question of someone who either hasn't played Final Fantasy or literally just booted up their first character. I don't want to insult you, but that does kind of seem like, wait, I can play more than one class? You know what I mean? But yeah, you could totally play, you know, all of these on the same character. I have them all on Luna. Apologize for my leaky nose. Play any class in the game, exactly. Really though, Eunice, are you new? Or am I just completely misinterpreting that question? I don't want to continue on until you answer. Some are only unlocked by level or expansion, but like any class free. Yep. Yeah. Some of them you do need, like Machinist, you need the Heaven's Word expansion in order to unlock. But aside from that, yeah, you could play Dragoon and Machinist both. If you're up to current content, you can unlock any class. I may have gone a little bit too hard on the PvP. Burned a lot of energy.
Scusa.
Oh wow, a lot of my friends are streaming.
Ooh, ooh.
I mean, what you described, the pros and cons of each, they sound kind of similar in what I can achieve. Yeah, generally, melee DPS, range DPS, actually every single role, kind of, with the exception of stuff like Gunbreaker and Sage. They do exactly what it says on the tent. They can function in their role set very well. Like there's not really a class that is bad to play. There is no meta. But yeah, you can easily bounce between Machinist and and Dragoon and absolutely slay out. The only difference is what range you're going to be at and how careful you have to be of reprise. Is it a preference thing for you, essentially? Yeah, more or less. There are a couple of classes that I think are just objectively worse than the other ones. Like, Dancer, I'm fairly sure, and Sage, they need a little love. Gunbreaker, I haven't gotten up to high enough level play to figure out if it is actually strong yet. And then Reaper, of course, it's so dependent on its LB that you gotta be walking on eggshells. But aside from that, yeah, every class in the game can do damn near anything. Only meta is what you think the meta is. How good you are at driving your class. Yeah. Case in point, I genuinely thought that Gunbreaker was like way down here in garbage tier up until I started playing it, like really hardcore playing it like less than a week ago. Now, spicy. Back into the game a few months ago, so I'm still a bit rusty. That's fine, man. Yeah, and if you want to hop into the Discord, start talking some PvP. There's a few of us that frequent it. Still fun to LB on the Crystal as Reaper. Yeah, that's how you should be playing Reaper. LB on the Crystal, pick somebody who has low health and run them down. And then wait until they all get together back on the Crystal after freaking out and hitting their guard, and hit them with Communio. Then hit them with an AoE heavy and run away while the rest of your team starts slaying out. But yeah. Generally, pick a class. Learn it. If you know your class very well, you will do well. Though, there are games where you will just get donked on. And it's the same thing as with League. There are some champions in League that are just objectively better than others, but generally you can succeed with anything. As long as you know the character well enough. Same thing here with classes. Something about a person who doesn't play War and a person who does. Yeah, I mean, there's something about someone who plays Gunbreaker and understands what you can do with it versus what you can't, and someone who's just headbanging like, haha, herp derp, I'm a tank, I'm gonna beat stick. Every class in the game has finesse. You need to learn your class inside and out for you to be very effective, more than other games. You can't just headbang and win. This way of PvP, sometimes you'll just get wrecked. Yep, there's always better people than me. I still run into them a lot. That ninja that I was talking about earlier, Mayri, absolutely freaking destroys me. But I still got gold. Play PvP, but I'm a monster in PvP on War. You haven't played New Warrior, have you? Last I checked, you haven't. If you have, it's still pretty beefy. But it just means I can get better. Exactly. You learn more from losses than you do from wins. Also depends on the rest of your team at times. Yeah. Yes, it does. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, swap back to endgame now. Just going to let that vibe in the background. We're back, right? We're back. Okay, cool. Yes, Richards, Barry Bond. I fought that dude like a billion times the other night. I wish there was more 14 PvP rage videos online. I'm kind of glad there isn't. I'm bronze at the moment, have not played ranked in a long time. I got up to gold in about 3 or 4 hours last night. It was a very spicy undertaking. It just occurred to me, that guy Barry Bond, I had like a 10-minute PvP match against him. Because I was running his Fade as Gunbreaker, but he kept running away as Dark Knight. Like, he kept running around these walls over here and just like playing line of sight games. Against Steve in PvP in practice mode and still managed to survive pretty well. Yeah, that's just, you're pressing the right buttons on Warrior. It's not a very specific kind of class, if that makes sense. Or not specific kind of class. It's not a very complex class. You hit the right buttons at the right times and you're generally going to do well. But, you know, that's the same as saying CSGO's easy. You just click on heads. Ranks and rewards. Have you seen this new season rewards? I have not, actually. I'm kind of looking forward to those, but I do sort of want them to be a little bit of a surprise. Maybe you could tell when a person actually knows what they're doing. Yes, very much so. Like, with a... Where's my monk? There's my monk. So with a monk specifically, you can tell someone who is new to monk is just gonna sprint forward and like hit all of their abilities at once. Remember, by the way, Thunderclap gives you a shield. I think it's... hold on, where is it? 6,000 potency. 6,000 potency shield. Okay, sorry. Wanted to make sure I wasn't talking on my ass there. So, if you see a monk who actually knows what they're doing, they're going to do this combo. That chunks most classes and sends them flying while stunned across the arena. But I learned that through essentially just sparring... Where does Sir Richard go? I guess I had a match. One of those people, actually. And then there were a couple of more. There was one person who used to spar Zero all the time. Zero being the best fighter in our server before the PvP switch. Okay, I'm actually going to turn off that music because it's not going along with the vibe. I have failed the vibe check. I was wondering what that was. But anyway. Yeah, you can tell a good monk from a monk who has no idea what they're doing. Mainly from how they open up. So what I like to do for anyone who likes to do monk is I will dash in, stun, get behind him, and then Phoenix into this. Because your Rising Phoenix gives you a 50% damage increase, and this deals 8k. So that turns into 12k. And that suddenly hits like a freight train that sends people flying back towards your team. It's almost as good as a hook or a pull. That being said, there is the delete combo, which is going to take me a minute to warm up. I apologize in advance. And I'm actually going to... There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do... I need to find a dummy that doesn't have any damage on it. Alright. So, now. Stun into that, They're going to have guard up, hit him with the yellow beat. Bang. Phoenix, Enlightenment. That's a kill. That is 100% a kill every time, unless they are spamming their heal and pop cleanse at the right time. So if you ever see a monk who hasn't used any of their abilities in a while, there's a good chance they're about to pull that combo off on you and completely delete your health. That's not including all of the enemies that are going to be diving on you from their team at the same time. So yeah, I hope that helped any enterprising monk mains, because I really enjoy it. But yeah, generally you can tell who's good and who's not once you get used to it. I don't know why I ranted that long on that particular subject, but hey, whatever. I don't know why I did that. Don't mind me. Oh god, all the wrong buttons. So many wrong buttons. All of the wrong buttons. Okay. Sync that. Did anyone... Oh, wait. Out of curiosity, have you ever run into opponents where you know you're getting hits, but they aren't taking any damage and aren't tank or healer? Yes, actually. Quite a few times. Generally, that is server tick being kind of stupid. Sometimes you could be like chasing someone down and your hit doesn't have enough time to register. Let me see if I can recreate it. But like... So... Yeah, it's not gonna work here because it's not server specific. But basically, if somebody runs out of your range at the right time, you're not gonna actually get your hit off, and it's very, very frustrating. There are a lot of abilities that give people shields, though. So, I know you said not a tank or a healer, but let me Let me try and go through the list. The Gunbreaker with its tank junction has the shield on its continuation. Monk has the shield on its thunderclap, so if they're constantly dashing and you're not taking damage, that's why. They also have Earth's Reply, which is a heal, so they could also just be nullifying it by heals. Dark Knight has TDN, Reaper has their shield, Warrior just is Warrior. Summoner also has a shield, Scholar is made of shields. Oh, what else? Ninja has a shield. And most classes have heals, and there's a good chance that sometimes they can pop up. This is something that I've noticed actually. When you pop up guard, if it happens in the right way, I don't know what the circumstances are, I haven't been able to recreate it. But if you pop out your guard, sometimes it doesn't show physically, like the blue bubble doesn't show. So it's a little bit awkward, but you're probably doing some damage but not getting all of it through. That could also be part of it. Honestly, I don't know. Without seeing footage of exactly what happened, there's no way to tell you. I could speculate like I just did, but you know, that's kind of just bland. I do want to see something real quick. Oh no, that was in-fucking-correct. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay, so we got like another hour before the servers come down, I think. So I'm just gonna kind of sit here and vibe. Now Cackles and Warrior, or just heals through shit. And it's at the same time, I think. Warrior in PvP is a little bit different, actually. I haven't actually played Warrior in a while. I see a lot of them. So, get our bang, our bang, and our bang. So Storm's Path is still a heal. Blota is the yank. You got your dash in. This actually increases in damage as HP nears maximum, so that's pretty decent. It's also it also takes your own HP. This also, I believe, takes your own HP. Yeah, reduces HP, but it also reduces target damage, which is nice. Bloodwetting is where you get the fancy stuff. So this is... yeah, so bloodwetting into just a lot of output. And then bang. Yeah, Warrior has a little bit of whack. God, can you two not be behind and not live? Goddamn. It's okay. I'm also kind of not paying attention to chat as much as I should. Sorry about that. Yeah, in about an hour? Alright, thanks. Let me get that out of my ear. Mitts and heals. Yeah, it's the mitigation from oregano. This is combination a good mitigation tool and also a good execute. And then Primal Rend, of course, it hits like a freight train. If you have Inner Release active, which is off of your limit break, it's YouTube being an ass. That's partially my fault. But yeah, Primal Rend with limit break up is devastating. Don't ever Primal Rend before you limit break. Always save that for after your limit break, because it hits like a freight train. Bloodwetting helps keep you alive. Forgot that also creates a barrier for your max HP, which is fucking huge. Yeah, Warrior's abilities are just really, really good at being an absolute nuisance, which Dead is very appropriate for you. I say that with affection, by the way. Yeah, does anyone have questions on any classes in specific they would like to see? Lovely Mint in PvE? Yes, it is. Yeah, does anyone have any questions? Classes they'd like to see? Any questions on like openers or abilities or whatever, etc.? I am willing to teach. I don't know everything about every class, as I you know, demonstrated through my my shenanigans in the tier list, but I know enough about most of the classes to kind of show you how to start off on them. So come on, what you got? What you got? If I don't see anything in about 2 minutes, I am going to immediately queue up for more PvP. I'm in that kind of mood, man. Freaking turn up Tachyon, crack open the boogie box, get the boogaloo stick, and go to town. Yes, by the way, I call my gunblade the boogaloo stick. Anyway. Going to hell for that one. On that note, hope everyone's still doing okay. I appreciate all y'all leaving likes. Much appreciate that. Makes me happy. We're definitely going to raid someone at the end of the stream, by the way. I don't know who, but it's going to be someone. I was hoping my brow Leslie was going to be on. Leslie Rat, by the way, absolutely wonderful human being. Plays Final Fantasy. Been going for whatchamadicket, for Palace of the Dead. And also going for Necromancer, and is just generally a very pleasant, very goth gentleman. To be honest, you're scared of PvP? Don't be scared of PvP. It's just another mode, man. And I guarantee there are people much worse than you. But notice how streamlined the buttons are. It's legit like switching over to freaking Tekken or Street Fighter with less complexity. And if you want, like, bro, come out here. We'll do some 1v1s, and I'll show you. It's nothing to be scared of. I can even show you some openers on whatever class you want to do, or maybe not openers, but just combos that you might want to be paying attention to. Or if you just don't want to play PvP, that's also fine. If you're just not interested in PvP, because I know there's a lot of people that don't care to. They play this purely as a PvE game. Go on a class you're good at. Generally, yeah. Because they have similar enough playstyles, and you won't have to think about what buttons do too much. Because obviously some of them get changed. Like, Double Down's actually pretty similar. But Rough Divide gives you No Mercy and a movement speed buff. So it's... Some stuff is similar. It performs about the same way, but you do have to do things in a more specific kind of order. But you do have a lot less buttons, so, you know, put that at the motto. Topic over streamers. Devious, please promise you'll never do a subathon where every dollar donated adds 2 minutes to how long you stream for. Great 11-hour stream. I'm probably going to at some point. I'm not... I don't feel like I should do it anytime particularly soon. But it does seem like a thing to do at some point. My rule for that is I want to have like at least 20 people consistently in stream at any given time in order for that to be even remotely a possibility. Because I don't want to put that on just the like 3 of y'all psychopaths who throw money at me. PvP War pisses me off because I'm used to all my buttons in PvE. Yeah. It's a different game, more or less. I think I saw a streamer go for a week. Jesus. Okay, at that point... at that point... It's, at that point you need to chill. But you're getting paid well enough, it kinda don't matter. Generally, you main healers. Which one? Which one, Quizzled? We are now here to assist you. What you got? Poor guy was nearly dead, falling asleep near the end after that. I imagine so. Yeah, he slept on stream. I would too, dude. Like at that point, if I knew that I had a day ahead of me, I'd be like, okay, guys, we're We're just gonna vibe for about 8.5 hours while I go sleep. He's removing the clown music. Oh no. People are gonna riot. Yeah, Quizzled. It is now teaching time. So what class do you main? Or what class would you like to play in PvP? If it's White Mage, it's going to be real easy. Otherwise, I might have to do some learning as well. A whole bunch of people showed up. Fuck yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe I will do a subathon one of these days. Maybe we'll just pop it out and be like, yo, I am going to stream for however long it takes for you idiots to start giving me money. That sounds horrible. Scholar or Sage? Okay. So basically the two that I was not particularly fond of. The two that I do not have much experience with. Well, okay, there's also Astro. Okay, we can work with this. So, I don't even remember what Scholar looks like actually. Yeah, it's essentially Biolysis into deployment tactics for AoE, and then... Oh yeah! You get this ability, which is kind of cool. That reduces healing. That's pretty nice. Expedient, of course, for the lads. But then pop that into that. And that gives us some space. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know really enough about this class to talk much about it, so I'm gonna go with Sage. It does seem to be fairly straightforward though, and Summon Seraph, I mean that goes kind of without saying. Scholar preferably? Alright, fuck it, we're gonna learn Scholar. I'd actually learn how to Reaper in PvP. Just kind of press buttons. Get to that in a moment. You could probably White Mage in PvP, but I like being a warrior because I don't have people aiming for my butt. You have me aiming for your butt. We're in the same match and I see you as warrior, I am on your ass. Assuming your range DPS is dead anyway. Which, knowing me, they very quickly will be. No regrets aiming for healers. Yeah, boy. Okay, so. Broil. Pretty standard. That's an interesting sound effect. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so. What you want to do is... Ooh. Increased by 50% if under the effect of recitation. Reduces targets HP recovery. Okay, so hold on a sec. If I do this, that's Adloquium, that's a good shield, and then we bang into bang. Does that also extend? Yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. Huh. So, if I do this now... Oh no, that just extends it to other people. Okay. We're learning here. To give me the high silver at least, last time I played. Yeah, Reaper, the LB specifically, takes people off guard, because you can't just purify it, you gotta be ready to mitigate it elsewise. Okay, so what I'm seeing is you can kind of... I would say you run in, do Mummification, and then do your Biolysis combo, and that'll essentially put a dot on everybody. So it's 3,000 damage per tick, looks like every second or two. And the Mummification also lowers health. So you can cast Adloquium, you're running around like this. Oh, and Catalyze also increases damage. How much? We must test this. Okay, so nothing going. Standard 5k hit. Okay, there's a control. Now we're gonna do Galvanize, Catalyze. How much does that boost by? 550. Yeah, it's only by 10%. Still, I can imagine this going fairly well. Ooh, in recitation. Ooh, I see what you do. Okay, so team's about to engage. Hit them all with expedient, and then immediately. Ooh, damn. Okay, so barrier potency doesn't change. No, barrier potency increases, but the buff doesn't change. Okay, so how I would do this. I would pick one person, usually a melee DPS or a tank. Probably a melee DPS. As we're running in, hit him with expedient, and then Eloquium. And then immediately hit deployment tactics to extend that to everybody else. Then after that, biolysis into deployment tactics to kind of put some damage on the enemy team. Or if you want to be really aggressive, and obviously be putting your Eloquium on other people. So you want to be putting that on like your melee DPS or your tanks. Or your ranged DPS if they're having some trouble. If you want to be more aggressive, this is doing 3,000 per. Let's see what it does with the big tick. Ooh, that's... Is that 5k? No, ooh, that's almost 5k! Okay, that's actually not terribly negligent damage. So that's 5,000 damage per tick. And it's duration of 15 seconds. That is... We must test this. One moment. Okay, generally speaking. We're counting these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've never actually figured out how much these have, so we're going to do it now. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There it is. Okay, so let me make sure I do this because otherwise I'm going to math fail. So it's 5,000 times 15. 75,000 HP on these things. That's more than any class in the game. So let's see. Alright, we're just going to do expedient into biolysis. And we're going to go ahead and extend it, just because. And this is without any extra input at all. I want to see how low this will actually get. Answer, it's chunking quite significantly. So, I'd say that's about like a... I don't know, not really a third, not really a fourth. I would call that a fourth. Damn. Now remember, this thing has more health than anyone else in the game. The health bar for a warrior ends about right here, I think. So, the fact that this thing can cut a warrior's health down by a third with one simple combo, that's not bad actually. So yeah, what I would say, if you want to be aggressive, then engage via expedient into biolysis and then extend it immediately. And that'll put their entire team on the back foot. Maybe not the back foot right away, but they're all going to be taking more damage. They're going to be easier to close out kills. If you want to be supportive, then Eloquium into deployment tactics on an ally with expedient, because that'll give them more of a shield. So that would be my recommendation. And you know, I don't think the Scholar's actually that bad. I don't really... Yeah, I didn't rank that one. Okay. I don't think Scholar is in a place where I could say like if it's good or bad. Because like, obviously I just had to learn the class to talk about it, but doesn't strike me as particularly terrible. You got a good range on Broil, so you can keep up the pressure. You have pretty good abilities. And then of course you got Summon Seraph, which is a really good AoE hold. Yeah, there you go. Consolation restores HP of all nearby party members. Erects a magic barrier which nullifies damage equivalent. Oh, hold on. Nullifies damage equivalent to healing 4,000 potency. That's not great. Okay, what does the actual Seraph Summon do? Fight at a designated location. Execute Seraph Flight. Automatically cast Seraph Veil. Grants Recitation. That's also good. Increases the potency of Galvanized, Biolysis, and Biolytic. Okay. So yeah, that just generally makes all of your stuff stronger. That's not bad. Scholar's gonna take a lot of finesse to land properly, but I can see it working out fairly well if you really know what you're doing. Oh, and it nullifies next status effect. It can be removed by Purify. That's actually quite strong. So once you pop Seraph down, your team just becomes much harder to kill. Dude, imagine a Scholar popping LB on top of a Paladin. Because everyone's already taking 50% less damage. The Paladin's taking none. On top of the shield, on top of the Purify, on top of the heals. That's kind of ridiculous. I don't know how well that works in practice, but that does seem pretty spicy. Sage, by the way, is straight up a magic DPS. Like, you have your usual Dosis, Guardia, Phlegma, lol. Toxicon is like a... yeah, increases target damage taken. Icarus is just a dash 2 thing. You have your Numa Beam, which is kind of funny. Oh, it's a magic barrier as well. It's got so much stuff going on. Sage is going to be one of those where you might want to sit down and read the stuff, because I am not qualified to really teach on either of these. Generally, yeah, Scholar probably a good choice if you're willing to sit down and, you know, headbang a little bit, figure it out. I'll take some finesse, because it's not really a great class to learn in duels. But I mean, like, dude, just throw yourself into some Crystalline Conflict. Figure it out from there. There's a lot of people that have no idea how to play PvP in Crystalline Conflict casuals. There's no reason not to. And if it helps any, I used to get the shakes real bad when I went into PvP matches. Like, specifically, League of Legends was a bad one. Because I would always get to, yeah, no, maintenance message. I would always get to the point where I was like, literally hands vibrating, trying to force myself to play, and I never really figured out why I was so nervous, other than... How's the game before maintenance? What do you mean? Anyway. I essentially got over it through repetition. Just like, bang it out. Just, you know, go play 30 Crystalline Conflict matches. Just, 30 is a completely arbitrary number, but play the feck out of them. And I guarantee it won't be scary by the time you're done. Because you will see good matches with people like me and the people that I spar with that will absolutely decimate you. But you also see people who are maximum smooth brain, because it's aerodynamic. They get to bad decisions faster. So, yeah, the only way to learn is to do it. Exposure therapy, exactly. How much fun? It's pretty solid. PvP's in a good spot. That's what we've been talking about. But yeah, generally, it's in a good spot. It's decent. Kind of same when I started tanking. Thank you for the help. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, seriously though, the best way to get into PvP, because it's such a casual feel at the moment, just get in. Come unlock it, play a few crystalline conflicts, challenge somebody to a duel. Just sit over here and whack at a striking dummy for a few minutes. Figure out your abilities, how they feel. And just remember, the striking dummies have a crapload more health than any class in the game. So take whatever you do to them with a grain of salt. I'm gonna get back on the gunbreaker. Actually, wait. Naku, you had questions about Reaper, I believe. Wait a minute. Okay, I do have my proper goth bun set up, ready to go. Okay. Reaper is a little particular in its execution. As mentioned, it is based almost solely around its limit break. You can get some shenanigans done beforehand, though. So, Grimswathe is, or Grimswathe, whatever. It is a heavy. The heavy is a great AoE, just know you're not doing anything. And it's followed up by a couple of these spicy little things. That's 16,000 if you get it off quickly. Now granted, people are going to heal past that. That's fine. So what you do, you go in with your shield. It's 8/8, so it's a little over 17k. Decent amount of damage. And then what you do, Death Warrant. Making sure I know this. Okay, so you Death Warrant and then wail on him as hard as humanly possible. And then once it's up, hit him with that, and supposedly it'll be a good execute. I don't know about that. Thumbs up on the choice of Scythe, by the way. It's honestly just the classical one. I haven't glammed it. How do you feel about time stops in PvP games? What do you mean? Like time stop abilities? No. God, no. Okay, that's what I was waiting for. Now, Soul Slice. Decent ability. It's an 8,000 smack. Pretty nice. Generally, you can get away with, you know, just launching that in. Plentiful Harvest is kind of weird. You only get 2,000 extra bump for every Soul Slice stack that you have. But you do get your limit gauge increased. So don't take your time building up for Plentiful Harvest. It's on a freaking 60-second cooldown. By the time it comes back up, you're dead. What you want to do is burn it to get to your LB quickly, and then just hit the bang switch and go to town. I just realized I did that wrong. Yeah. So it all sort of boils down to get to your LB as quickly as possible, detonate, slay everything in sight, and then rinse and repeat. You do want to be playing kind of evasive, though, which this helps with. That is also a movement buff, by the way. But it appears to pull back the movement buff whenever you pop back in, which is a little cringe, but whatever. Let's actually see how fast this goes up now. Oh yeah, that chunks up quite significantly. So yeah, popping Plentiful Harvest is essentially half your limit gauge. So definitely don't save that. Definitely use that whenever you can. I'm not going to say that Reaper is the best melee DPS in the game. You can definitely get some work done on it, though. So I'll be wanting to use Plentiful on CD. Yes and no. I would say when you start a match, go in, use your 2 soul slices just to get the extra damage off, because 8,000 is a lot better than 4,000. And this has a good 15 yalm range. So what I would do, my opener, heavy air quotes, teleport in, soul slice, shields, soul slice, plentiful harvest if you really, or not plentiful harvest, freaking harvest moon. No, it wasn't. Anyway, yeah. Do that, and then hit the bang switch. That'll get you a little bit more damage, and you can play kind of evasive. An ability that I would say to use on cooldown would be your Hell's Ingress. You want that to be your method of GTFO, and it lets you play kind of safe, actually. So, like, you dive in, you do your shenanigans, get a little damage done. Shouldn't have popped that so early. Pop back out, and then from here you can go ahead and hit your plentiful harvest, etc. I'm not very good with Reaper. I would say don't really use plentiful harvest on cooldown. Use it if you've got, like, if you really need your LB quickly, or if your LB is all the way down. Definitely don't use it if you have a full LB gauge, because that's just a waste. The damage is not worth. Death Warrant, I need to do some experimentation with Death Warrant, because this feels kind of trash, if I'm honest. So I am going to Is that seriously only 5k? Quick duration expires, target takes 50% of compiled damage. Okay, so it's whenever that expires. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, yeah, that was 15k. Okay, that's a lot better than I thought it was. So yeah, you wanna lead with Death Warrant before you do anything else, and then dump truck all of the damage possible on it. Let's see how much we can get off of a full target. Not that great. You definitely want a Death Warrant right before you LB, though, because that's going to be a crap load. Also, ACG, I didn't forget about you. Just been kind of thinking about it. I really don't think time stop in PvP is a good idea. Unless it's, like, localized, but even then, it might as well just be a stun. Maybe trying to nap some more before I have to wake up and God's ass crack in the morning. Fair enough. Yeah, generally though, Reaper can do some work. Takes a little finesse, but it can do a little work. Which is kind of why I prefer more straightforward headbanging classes like Gunbreaker and Monk. You got a better idea what to do now? Cool. The biggest part of PvP in my experience is learning where your abilities kind of interact and figuring out what your burst window is. It's just like with Monk, where like you can just run into a fight and headbang, do like spam your Phoenix and AoE, or you can do the proper, you know, dive in and straight delete somebody. And you like keep your thunderclap up because it's, you know, it's that is, oh yeah, that's weapon skill recast time as well. So yeah, as long as you know where your abilities interact, what all they do, and make sure you read through all of them, because there's some stuff like thunderclap. I forgot about the weapon skill recast time thing, but that helps you get to the Phantom Rush a little bit faster, which is really, really useful. So it's all gonna boil down to JoCat screaming, "Read your tooltips." Like, I can take you through all of this stuff over and over again, but I'm just gonna be regurgitating what it says on the screen. Time stops don't seem fair. It's exactly why players would hate it if they get caught in it. Exactly. What else am I doing with my life? Genuine question. Ugh. Any other enterprising PvPers in the audience? Any class you guys would like to see me attempt to learn real quick and suss out what to do? Because I'm not great, but I know enough, I feel, to get started. At least I hope I do. I might. I don't know. Red Mage? Oh, you're screwing with me now. I do not know Red Mage that well. 14 had an anime. How would they make the PvP episode? Also Black Mage. Black Mage is a little bit easier. I'll do Red Mage first, and somebody asked first. What is... not... huh? Glamours cannot be restored. Oh, it's because I have different stuff. Okay. So. Red Mage is a little bit more complex. Your melee combo is kind of your bread and butter. This is where you want to do most of your damage. And actually, hold on, because I see something that I'm not terribly comfortable with. So, Enchanted Riposte, that deals damage over time. And it's a barrier. So 3k damage over time. Wait, that's not it. Enchanted Knee. Also creates a barrier, also damage over time. Enchanted Redoublement also creates a barrier, also damage over time. Red Mage is perfectly balanced. It's generally... or actually, hold on a minute. Oh, no, that if it's in Black Shift, then it does... okay, I get it now. So, if you're in Black Shift, this does damage over time. If you're in White Shift, it does a heal. That's important. So, it generally boils down to, depending on what mode you're in, kind of depends on which abilities you're going to have. And then you have Cora Core, which gives you a damage boost. Displacement. Increases damage and healing potency of the next spell cast by 20%. That's pretty good. Actually, wait a minute. Does that work on... well... nah, it doesn't work on Recuperate. I thought it would. For this class... I would say... it generally revolves around its melee. You also do have your kind of AoE buff ability, which is either... yeah, it's either a damage down for your allies or a damage up for your enemies. So if you really want to do some damage, dash in, AoE, melee, 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 hit him with a boom, disengage, bang. And yeah, Red Mage is actually pretty straightforward. You just got to know which skills you want to use at any given time. So do you want to be aggressive? Black Shift. If you want to be supportive, White Shift. Your limit break. I'm wanting to say this... yeah, it heals and it does damage. But it also increases potency on one of those depending on what shift you're in. So I'm in Black Shift right now, so this should deal, I think, like 12k damage. Yep. 12k plus a little bit. And that's pretty schmeckin'. Red Mage is... it kind of suffers from kit overload, I'm going to be honest. But it's not terribly difficult to figure out. So, I would say play it kind of like I would play Ninja. Dive in, do a little dance, get a little deeps, dodge out, finish off your combo. The silence on White Shift resolution is extremely powerful. It's an AoE silence, first of all, so it's a little bit more useful than the bards. But basically, as long as you hit the as long as you hit resolution at some point during a team fight, you're helping quite a bit. And then there's the buffs. There's these two. As you do, you have a ranged option. It really does generally boil down to use your enchanted riposte on cooldown. I want to see how much damage this does by itself, so let's do a full engage. Disengage for the boom. Yeah, that's a straight kill if somebody doesn't heal. I'm fairly certain, because this thing has 75,000 health. Warrior only has like 63,000. So, that's a lot of damage. Mage LB doesn't blind the entire screen. I know, right? So yeah, Black Shift melee combo does quite a bit of damage. And let's just clear this up real quick. So, full rotation. That's not what I meant, but whatever. Yeah, that's like 2 separate kills, damn near. I didn't even use my buff. Okay, let's see what happens when I use the buff then. Well, disengage first. So now, get it locked in place. Hit it with the L, or not the LB. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That is quite a bit of damage. That is a significantly terrifying amount of damage, unless somebody else just hit it on top of me. Either way, it just seems like Red Mage has a lot going for it. But yeah, if you attack someone, like if you get off your entire combo, that White Mage just limit broke. If you get off your entire combo, it is 100% a kill, as long as the enemy doesn't heal or shield or mitigate in any way. That is still a crap load of damage, though. That is more in-the-face output than most other classes have. And honestly, with all of your abilities available, you're almost always going to have Enchanted Riposte on cooldown. And if you're ever taking damage, just swap to White Shift. You'll get a barrier on this, and it'll... This is essentially, like, okay, this is why Gunbreaker pisses me off. Because 1 click does exactly the same as 2 does on Gunbreaker. It's even the same shield amount. And with this class, you have an option to just shift your stance and get your free damage over time. You don't need to have like a specific enemy type on the enemy team to swap your damage, or to swap your abilities. Just push 1 button. Sorry, I have to complain about it. I just realized I've been ignoring chat. I'm sorry about that. No, it's hard finding a good hat glam for Red Mage that works. This doesn't really affect your Hrothgar. Yeah, I've been going with the Archdemon wings to go with the 2B Goth setup. Been digging that. I actually had a summer setup for this. Oh. Okay. Le papa is home, so I gotta be careful. Or I gotta be quiet, rather. I'm probably getting close to ending the stream. Anyway. It's fair though. Let's head to artifact gear. Mage LB doesn't blind the entire screen. You're not wrong. Now, somebody asked about Black Mage. I'm gonna do that one real quick, just to say we did. So, Black Mage, and I'm gonna have to do a lot of resets here. Black Mage is pretty simple. You fire, and then you ice, Ice, ice. And then you Super Flare. Super Flare freezes if they're ice, or it burns if they're fire. And it hits everyone in that huge freaking area. Look at that. Look at that coverage. It hits everyone in that area with any stacks of Umbral Fire or Umbral Ice. So what you want to do is either focus on one person or spread it out to a bunch of people. And you can actually do the swap thing with Instacast. So I just cast an Ice spell, Instacast Fire. And you can sort of run around and harass people like this and not have to hold still, which is really nice. But generally not recommended. You can also use this wonderful ability here, Paradox. You hit somebody with it, it maxes out their stacks, and then you just Super Flare and they burn, which is great. Alternatively, I mentioned this earlier, but Burst, 16,000 output, and it's a barrier. So you hit this when someone jumps on you in melee, it's going to hit them like a freight train, and you are going to have a shield. Which is really, really useful for fighting off a melee attacker. You also have your Sleep, which also helps get rid of melees. I would say Sleep into Burst, because the half a Sleep takes a minute or a few seconds to set in. The Burst, you could probably lead with Burst. It'll help you survive the cast. Theory of Manipulation. This is actually really nice. Grants you Swift Cast. So actually what I would do is I would start off going between these two, then Swift Cast into your two big abilities, and then Super Flare, and that'll give you your tier 3, which is really nice. Question about Bard: should I hit Imperial Arrow when it comes up, or wait for multiple charges from Powerful Shot? I'll look at that in a second. Let me reset these. So, last thing, the LB. It turns you into a mobile artillery cannon. Big AoEs, big smackins. You could also totally do the ice version. And this just hits like a freight train. It's so powerful. And then of course you could still Super Flare, and it does so much damage. But yeah, Black Mage is pretty straightforward actually. You just gotta count what stacks you have on the enemy and be ready to Super Flare when it's available. I like to, I lead with Fire, and then if somebody starts to run away, I'll hit them with one stack of Blizzard, and then hit them with Super Flare, and that'll slow them down for my team to run them down. Either that or hit them with Nightwing, and it'll get them to sleep. About Bard, hopefully that answers your question about Black Mage, by the way. If you need me to elaborate on that, I will. Sorry, I'm quieter, by the way. Just trying not to be loud with other people in the house. What am I looking for? I just completely forgot what I was looking for. Right, Bard. Bard is my frontline class at the moment. So, this should do... okay, so... I would say save up at least 2 of them so it hits as an 8,000. And the reason for that is you want to be able to surprise people with your damage output. So... Alright, I'm just gonna take this out as best I can. Back up a little bit. Oh yeah, I do want to stress this once we get a chance. So, notice from point blank, how much damage does this do? 40-something K, or 4K, roughly. From way out here, 6,000. So you want to be as far out of combat as possible whenever you're a Bard. Now, Imperial Arrow is sort of your trump card. So what I would do is hit him with it into silence, Immediately hit your pitch perfect. Warden's Paeon to get you a second one. Pop your LBs. And then at this point, you should be able to hit him with one or two of these. And then finish him off with the Imperial Arrow. And you're getting more damage because of Fromler's March, I believe. Yeah, increases damage dealt. It does help to lead with Apex Arrow, if you really want to. I usually kind of save it for AoE, because I'm generally not the damage output, but if you really want to crank damage, it's possible. So I would say use it if you need to, like if you're just trying to close out a kill and you're not the only one fighting. Otherwise, I would say save it so you can surprise your enemy with a big burst. Because... just reset. So that's a lot of damage. That's a good, like, what, 12k? As opposed to 4k. So, like, if you want to be annoying, I would say, then go ahead and just spend it as it goes. You want to keep pressure on people so they want to burn their healing faster. Unless you're just trying to delete somebody, in which case it's really hard to say. There's not really a good answer for that. It really depends on your situation. Use your judgment, I suppose. Just remember, first thing I need to do for 6.1 is use the dresser to claim my inventory space. For Bard, maybe I should try PvP more myself. Yeah. Give it a shot, man. Just remember, your Silent Nocturne is your best friend. If anyone dives on you, legit just Warden's Paeon in the pitch perfect. That'll point blank him, then Nocturne into backstep. That's also a bind, and it gets you out of trouble usually pretty well. Then, of course, as a Bard, your Final Fantasia. This is the my entire team steps on the gas button. Your team does a lot more damage. Well, not a lot more damage, but, you know, decent amount more damage. Their limit break gauge goes up a lot. If you pair up a Bard with a Reaper, that Reaper is going to have a freaking field day. Same thing with a Bard and a Gunbreaker, Black Mage, Red Mage as well, White Mage, any Mage really. Yeah, Bard just, it makes everyone's lives a little bit easier, and you have some fairly respectable damage output in the process. Just realized this person's part of my LB. I assume that's UACG. But yeah, man, no reason not to try it out. That and the Birdleaf bow, as you have seen, is absolutely fire. I just think that's a Birdleaf bow. Could be wrong. I was right. Anyway, yes, I do highly recommend you just queue up and send it. There's no reason not to. I am going to take a very swift break because I need to pee like a racehorse. BRB. Full Birdleaf set, very nice. I like to mix and match, but looks good. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. It's rapidly becoming an emergency. Actually gonna leave the vibes on for now, because we're just chilling. Even turn them up a little bit. There we go. Does putting a gun on a bow seem redundant, or would that be a thing for Dragons? I don't think it's redundant, but I think at that point you might as well just have a gun. Unless you're like putting on a shotgun for close range stuff, but at that point just, you know, carry a shotgun. Do the aliens thing. Have the stockless 12 gauge in a pouch over your shoulder. For some reason my nose decided to start running. Bruh. Anyway, I hope this this talk has helped a couple of y'all. I just realized I didn't do the PV or the BRB screen. My bad. I do hope that this has alleviated some worries about PvP, because it's really not as crazy to get into as a lot of people think. You legit just show up at the den, queue up. Obviously, try and sort your hotbar beforehand, but it's not terribly difficult to do. Yeah. Anyone else? Any other questions? As we are getting to the point where Final Fantasy is going to shut down for the 6.2 update. So, anything else you guys would like to ask? We're just gonna vibe for the rest of our time in game. Swap over to Gunbreaker, cause my bruh. Someone's doing an event over there. It's like the Dark FC is having a thing. Ah. It's been a good day, I feel. It's gonna be a better day tomorrow. It's gonna be great. I have so much to do tomorrow, because I want to, like, obviously I want to get going with 6.2. I want to get the story going. I want to get the raids going. I just want to headbang. I want to start on my PvP rank. Questions come to mind. We just need to put what I learned into practice. We could spar real quick if you like. Wish the in-game raid would have been. Yeah, real talk. If you want to do a quick duel, kind of test it out, I'll take you on. For your sake though, I'm gonna swap to Dark Knight, my Thigh Knight. Yeah, cool. Most of us want to put a lot in our Golem Dresser. I know, bro, I know. Okay. Just request a duel. Now, I am not very good with Dark Knight, so this is going to be an exercise in both of us learning the class. Get your heals. The heavy's annoying. I got you with the blood spiller. What does this do? Reduces target's HP recovery. That is important, actually. Yeah, so usually you have to burn, health to do Shadowbringer. But, you know, you crack Blackest Night open, which is impossible not to do. It gives it to you for free. That was good, though. You kept up with the damage, which is nice. I did kind of forget to use Quietus, though. Yeah, terrible day for rain. Try and play a little bit more evasive, if that makes sense. Like, use your Plentiful Harvest, I think, to boost your limit break gauge. Try and get that up as swiftly as possible. And then, aside from that, just like play evasive, manage your health, use your guard if you have to. Definitely try not to stand in my Salted Earth, because that damage stacks up very quickly if you're a melee DPS. Let's give that a few seconds so I'm not hitting you. Blinked a little once it started. That's going to happen. It took me like 6 PvP matches, or not full matches, but like 6 or 7 duels with Gunbreaker to really get down what I was supposed to be doing. Same thing with Monk, same thing with Ninja, same thing with freaking everything. But yeah, it's a process. It takes a while to get it down that you want to do certain things. Ooh, dodge my Quietus. Very nice. About killing myself here. There you go. Much better. Okay, that was a bit dirty because I had just gotten my burst up and yeah, Soul Eater was back. So yeah, that was good. That was much better. Much better. I do feel like playing Dark Knight is a little bit on the cheap side though. TBN is really oppressive. I did better there. It's iterative. Like you just gotta headbang until you get it. Let's do. Actually, no, mirror match will probably be bad. I'm gonna do Ninja. I'm not great on Ninja. I guess we'll just do duels until until the game is over. Yeah. Should also move my buttons closer. Definitely a good idea. All right, let's do this again. I am gonna play a little bit of an evasive ninja. Fair warning. There you go. Nice. Drove it past the pain. Very good. Fear my double stun. Okay, good. That was actually almost bad. That was way closer than it had any right to be. Good fight. Yeah, I hit you with the execute. I didn't even see that I had it up. That was good though. You're managing your LB a lot better because you got 2 of them that time. Now granted, I tend to play a hyper-aggressive ninja, so I was... You only got the 1? Was that really only 1? I thought it was 2. Pretty sure it was 2. I guess I'm going crazy. Fair enough. Either way, the fact that you held out against a fairly aggressive damage hose, that's pretty good. That's a good sign. You're managing your shield very well, and you're not like super spamming your heals, which is the first big tip that I can give anyone. Recuperate is very precious. You only get 4 of these with a max mana bar, so you want to space them out and give your mana time to recover rather than burn them all at once in a panic. So definitely save those. I would say don't be afraid to use your guard. I use this mainly to give me time to get to important, there's only 1, fair enough. I use guard to get me to important cooldowns. So like if you only have a couple of seconds left on your shield, pop guard until your shield's up, pop shield straight out of guard, get your health back, etc. Other from that, you're doing pretty good. That was a good one. Let's do another one. But to be fair, playing against a ninja is probably really frustrating. Nice. Keep knocking me out of my stealth. Ah, wasted. Ooh, save the communio. Well done. I don't think I've gotten a single one of those. There we go. Sorry, that was cheap. The ninja LB feels bad when it gets off. I mean, that essentially boils down to I just outlasted you long enough. I couldn't close out the kill on my own. Doing really well. It's actually a little bit frustrating on both sides because you kept knocking me out of my Shikuchiki, which is kind of my execute. So when you knock me out of that, I lose a lot of damage potential when you're below half. So it essentially just boils down to, can I survive long enough to get my my big execute limit break off, which so far I've been able to. Learning to use guard properly is probably the biggest thing you need to learn. Yeah, it's definitely kind of weird. So hopefully this isn't too disjointed, but if you see any of the following abilities, this usually means I'm about to output a shitload of damage. So if I'm doing this, that's my Mage going off. This is to heal. If I do this, that is my double damage ability going out. Mug is also another one. You gotta kind of keep an eye on your buffs. If you see me dash, that's a really good time to use your guard. because that usually means I am about to output like a demon. Because once I do that, this turns into Assassinate. That's a crap load of damage that I'm going to try and output onto you. So, the guard thing, it sort of comes with learning all of the classes. This is purely ninja, anti-ninja tactics. So, like, I'm going to step out for a second just to show you. The biggest thing with Monk, if you see the Phoenix Burst, that means that I'm about to do one of my big damage abilities. Now, you're not going to see it in time, more than likely, but if I use my stun, my six-sided star, there's a very good chance that I'm about to try that combo. So, if you see me, like, if you get stunned, it's a good idea, at least for against Monk, to just Purify straight into guard. And that'll usually save you from what is usually a Phantom Rush, which is 15,000 points of damage. No, I'm sorry. This is one of my buddies. I spar with them almost constantly. Homie came out with a summoner, like, yo, let's go. But anyway, yeah, good person. Very, very good PvPer right there. So, turn my effects back on. Yes, I can actually show you. So these are the battle effects that I use. I have PvP opponent specifically all, and myself as all, because, you know, it's a Final Fantasy game. I like to see pretty lights. You can turn those down though. I have PvP opponents turned on because I am terrible about looking for buffs, and Samurai specifically is very, very dangerous. So there it is. So if you don't have battle effects on, and you can check my screen for this, you don't see that go off, and you accidentally hit them without paying attention to it, you're gonna die. So there is a reason that I keep the battle effects turned on. It's just, it's better for me as a person to have the battle effects on. It helps me track stuff a lot better. If it works for you to have them off, like if you're better at tracking the effects, then yeah, by all means. But otherwise, I would say it's a good idea to have them on. I absolutely love that energy sword. I'm sorry, that took me so off guard. A tier replica. Oh, it looks fairly benign actually. I want this. That is straight up the energy sword from Halo. I love it. It makes me happy. Alright, fair enough. Much easier to see something flashy than it is to watch subtle animations. Yeah. Well, the animations or the buffs themselves. It's like, I mean, you could see up here in the enemy cast bar. There we go. I have it set up. You can see it if a buff goes up. Pretty sure it's a relic weapon. Can't remember. I'm pretty sure that's the boss relic weapon because it had the the fancy thing, whatever. Well, here it comes. 5 minutes, guys. Oh, it's a Heavensward relic. Cool. I'm gonna have to get a hold of some of these. Oh wait, that's the animal one? Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Well, anyway. Looks pretty good. Now you have a reason to do the very easy Heavenward Relic Weapon quest. Yeah. Those look pretty nice. Actually, I have it not glammed at the moment. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, that's a good-ass looking weapon, though. Really. Match with you then? Curious how to duel with men. Sure. Do you want me to play any particular class, or are you okay with me being on monk? Because I'm a little bit scary on monk. Sorry to be like that, but I spend a lot of time dueling really, really good people. Also, hello, Odessa, I see you. Alright, you don't really care, let's go. Alright, let's see if I can get this opener right. That is your opener. Sorry about that, man. The combo's lined up and I'm not sorry. I am kind of flubbing a lot of my stuff though. Alright. This is gonna hurt, and I'm sorry in advance. I had 20,000 more damage ready to dump on you there. That was my full execution combo. Sorry, man. That was a good fight, though. You were keeping me honest. Enemy weapons are stupid easy bang out. All you need is some tombstones, a few company seals, and a little time for fates and dungeons. Maybe a team for the fast A9 light grind. Fair enough. Yeah, Echo, that was a good fight, though. And watching the minions chase you as you duel. Yeah, I can imagine. Hey, look at that little server pup running around. Oh, that's cute. Hello? Okay, Sriracha. Okay, you know what? Fine. Homie wants to duel. Very well. You really gonna let me get away with that? Yeah, this is one of my sparring buddies, so they're probably gonna run my fade. Get some point. Ah, I'm flubbing hard. Subtle. Faded it out of me. Adorable, but I still have this. Get out of your stalker. That was annoying. This is straight up a Hail Mary? No, that wasn't enough. Pretty sure I lose this one. I'm sorry. Ow! Get me on technicality. Fair enough. So yeah, that is who I duel on a regular basis. Absolutely runs my shit. To be fair, that is also Samurai. There's just so many tools that they can use, and this person's really good at using them. Not that I would win if I was Samurai versus Samurai, I'm just saying. But yeah, this person is one of the reasons that I am good in PvP. Give a little bow. head my ass out of the duel arena, because I think I'm done for today. That was some good sparring, though. I hope you guys learned something. And I hope some of you have gotten over that initial oh shit moment of PvP. Because it's really not as bad as a lot of people think it is. And even the like the best people in the game, since everyone's normalized and it's more of a chess game rather than a bar fight, it's more of who is better at taking their time. Oh, there it goes. Au revoir, friends. We're gonna hang with it till the last second. But yeah, it's someone who's really, really good isn't gonna destroy you in like 2 seconds unless you let them. So if you don't hit your Purify at all, you don't use your guard, you don't use your heals, then you're gonna get scrapped. But if you're paying attention on top of your stuff and, you know, actually headbanging along with them, even the best person is... It's going to take a few seconds for them to cut through you. It's going to be obvious that they have, because they're going to have a lot more health and mana by the time they're done, but you can still put forth a good effort even if you barely have stepped into the PvP arena. Got a lot more confidence with it? Hell yeah, that's what we came for. Cloud, you're actually pretty decent on Ninja, if you don't mind me saying. The thing about Monk, the reason that Monk is so scary in the hands of someone that knows what they're doing, is because they have some very obvious setups, but if you don't prepare for them, or they juke you out of them. Oh wow. Symmetry, Sir actually got destroyed over there, goddamn. I'm assuming that's either an alt or someone who's just wasn't on the leaderboard last I saw. He's pretty good though. But yeah, Monk is there it is. There it is. There we go. That's the game, lads. Well, oh, it's gonna kick me out now, isn't it? Get out before you. Oh well. Well, guys, here, let me bring this up so you guys aren't staring at nothing. Back to the tier list. Yeah. Yeah. That was fun. I like doing PvP stuff. There's something a little bit more, I don't know, it's got a certain twang that normal play doesn't have for me. Sometimes I just need to, you know, pop open the boog box, get the boogaloo stick, and go swinging. Ninja has some pretty good tools to mess with. Throwing star skill is quite spicier than you might think. Very much so. You can actually alternate between the star and the frog fire burst, and you can essentially just be a ranged DPS until it's time to move in and assassinate people. Snipe skills with it sometimes. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, the ninja plays a lot like a reverse red mage, and I say that very deliberately. As a red mage in PvP, you want to be like smashing away in melee because you have some pretty good protective skills. Snipe kills, yeah. But yeah, as red mage, you want to be headbanging and, you know, doing your stuff in melee because that's where a lot of your damage is, and you need to be there to, you know, do it. With ninja, you want to be hanging at the edge of a fight, waiting for your chance to use Shkuchki and get in, do your damage, and then duck. Like, you want to be in and out very quick. So it's a particular kind of style. It's definitely more of a rat kind of play style, and I say that with love. But it's definitely it's a bit of an acquired taste. It's very, very strong though. And as you saw, Monk is really good at just headbanging. It's a lot of setup to get to Monk's big burst, but once you get there, it is devastating. Dragoon is pretty much just face roll and do deeps. 6.2 is trending on Twitter. Big surprise. Have they released the official patch notes yet, or is this still just the preliminary ones? Because if they've done the official patch notes, then oh boy, I might go check that out real fast. Check the launcher. No, it's just the maintenance. If it's up, then I might check that out real fast. Just to say it did. At this point, though, probably not going to be any more gameplay. If anything, like if I'm really feeling froggy, then I'll hop over and stream some Guild Wars 2 later, because I've been playing that a fair bit, just to have something going. Because I am kind of in a mood. Full patch notes don't typically show up till close to maintenance finishes. Fair enough. I'm kind of like not worried per se, but I'm a little confused that like there hasn't been any mention of PvP changes, despite the fact that a lot of people are still complaining about certain things. Looking at you, Samurai and White Mage. Though I'm probably just being a little bit of a complainer about that. It's fine. Still pre, so we'll get full sometime in the morning, I assume. Fair enough. Now, like, there's also, I haven't heard or seen anything about the new dungeon type, like with Nanamo. Haven't seen anything about that, which is really annoying. Sorry, someone just went live. Luring devious giggle of well, is calling you. Okay. Got me a little off guard, but okay. Alright then. Stuff happening in many Discords. Came out balances, but they're adding more rewards for PvP. I'm looking forward to that. I haven't looked too much at it, so it's going to hit me a little bit sideways, but it's fine. Now it's about PvP's new season. Yep. Probably coming in the 0.5 patch. Or 0.25 rather. A couple more weeks. Fair enough. Variant dungeons are 6.25, so probably no news until close to that. Well, no, the variant dungeons aren't, but it was... So, this is the part I'm confused about. There's, to my knowledge, 3 new dungeon types coming out. There's the one with Nanamo that's kind of like the regular stuff. Then there's the Criterion dungeons and the variant dungeons. I could be getting those twisted. Whatever, I'll figure it out tomorrow. It'll be fine. Because I'm gonna try and go live early in the morning and read through the patch notes at least. Maybe not play so much, but definitely get into the patch notes if nothing else. Alright, for now though, I think we are kind of okay. I do want to find a place to hand you guys off though, because it's still fairly early in the night. I want to give you guys some entertainment. So let's go with my boy. Gonna be hitting MSQ first with Reaper. It's gonna be MSQ Paladin because Poster Child, but Reaper would have been very fun. Reaper's a lot of fun. Just so much damage. So now I know I get a good night's rest while the servers update. Been a while since I had one of those. I know the feeling, man. But hey, real quick, if you guys want some interesting entertainment, my good friend Walt R. Kong is playing Phasmophobia with a few buds over on Twitch. Go check him out. Yell at him, tell him Devious and the Chaos Crew send their regards, you know, the usual stuff. And that'll be it for me. Eventually I'm going to do an actual raid, but, you know, that's... I don't even think that's a possibility at the moment. Whatever. Excited for Reapers since I've been wanting a scythe job. Same, bruv. But anyway, y'all go check out Walt. Tell him we said hi. And that'll be it for today. I'm going to go play some Guild Wars. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all next round.